right. We're doing something a little different this week.
Yeah, we are.
We've been invited to the lovely home of the camera phone cop.
Yes.
Now he looks like he's sorry he's ever done this.
Not at all, guys. Welcome.
Man, now if you remember the camera phone cop, he was the one that came on. When was that? Was that before the summer or right after summer? Or
It was, I think it was around the end of the summer, back when co-host came in to start helping out with a couple of cold ones every once in a while.
Helping out, yes.
Yeah, the hired help.
Out. Yes. That's what I do here is I help. And I
You are the hired help.
do it, yes.
He works cheap,
Yeah,
for nothing. But
they pick me up over at the Home Depot.
Motor oil.
Yes.
so at the time when you came on, everybody liked you, man. Everybody said, "Hey, this guy's cool." You came on, you talked about what you do, and let me tell you
And there's
why.
clearly no accounting for taste.
No, not at all.
No.
But you gave us a free meal
I almost
tonight.
didn't like you because I heard you were
In fact,
a cop.
you
Dirty
called him
cop.
a pig and everything. What's
Phone
up, pig?
Yeah.
Cell phone pig. I remember that. You'll notice that co-host hadn't been allowed into any screenings lately.
That's right, because I don't want to go.
Well, he looks like a camera himself. So a lot of these screenings, camera phone cop does security at the screenings that the critics go to, which includes us. And so the reason why you on the show is because you wanted to talk about piracy. You want to talk about what's it like watching movies over and over again, which is what you do.
Right.
And you just related to movies because, well, I guess unintentionally, well, you like movies anyway.
Right. Always have.
Yeah, but now you get to see movies like several times a week.
And I bet you hate them now, huh?
I've definitely grown to hate certain movies. Yes.
So I said, man, you're always saying, well, I'm going to come back on. I was like, man, you know you're more than welcome to come back on anytime you want to. So he's like, how about this weekend? I was like, I don't know about that. I'll give you some food. I was like, okay, we'll be there.
Is that
Give
how
some
this
dinner.
happened?
Yeah, that's how he
Oh
gave me a
my
bowl
God.
of
Were you
spaghetti.
begging? Don't beg.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't begging. No, what happened was I said, man, yeah, let's go ahead and record this weekend if you like. And you said, you know what? If you guys come out to my place, I'll fix dinner for you. Now, he doesn't eat anything, but
For the record, there is no homosexual undertones to that. I'm married. We're here with my wife and daughter as well.
Yes.
I was cooking for them, so I fed Corey co-host just as well.
I know.
Well, they plugged me into the wall.
And I got here, and I was like, what, you mean you don't like me? You mean you're not sexually attracted to me?
No, I'm really not in the least.
You mean
That's
you're
when I
fixing
felt
dinner for me?
uncomfortable and I wanted to go back to the car. Just plug me in the cigarette lighter. Leave me there. You do your own show, Corey. You call it me and cell phone guy hanging out kissing.
A love story.
Me and latently homosexual cell phone guy. But no, it's funny because his daughter's walking by right now. His daughter's like, how old are you?
Yes.
How old are you?
She ain't gonna talk. She's too damn shy.
Shh, I told you be quiet. We're recording. Every time she's been walking to the room, I'm like, shh. We weren't even recording anything.
And it keeps getting funnier and funnier.
Yeah, shut up, man. And his wife is standing at the door right there.
There's a rule in comedy, Corey. You do things 3 times, and you let it go.
I know.
I can't let it go.
Suffering here.
It's funny because your wife is looking.
It's amazing. We must get new fans to the site all the time because the other ones hear the same old Corey jokes, and they have to get tired of it.
I know.
That's why I'm here.
I get tired of them. Look at the ass on that girl. It's funny because your wife just opened the door and she's like, when are they leaving my house? It's a guy and a talking ball. When are they leaving my house?
I don't blame her.
Well, actually, it's funny you would mention that because ever since I came on the last time, she listened to it and she's like, when are you doing it again? When are you doing it again?
Really?
When are you doing it again? Yeah.
And now that we're here, she's like, when are they doing it again? Not in my house.
Not in my house.
Yes, exactly. That wasn't part of the deal.
You brought us in, man. I had a lovely meal. It was great. I was starving too. And it was free. So I love that. He made, you cooked it now. You made spaghetti and garlic bread and green bean casserole.
Right.
Which means you are the bitch in this situation, so in this marriage.
If I depended on my wife to cook, I'd be skinnier than you, Corey. God love her, but cooking was never one of her strong points.
You're not getting any tonight. Oh,
she's standing right behind me. I looked over. She's like,
I think she's going to send you home with us. Yes.
I was going to ask for a plate before I left too. I guess I'm not getting anything. It was funny because after I got through eating, I went straight for the kids' Halloween candy. Who candy is this? Can I have some?
Hey, please eat it. God, I have a 9-year-old. Do you think she needs much more of that crap? Come on.
Good. I'm taking a whole Tupperware box.
Yes.
No, you know how this show works. I mean, last time you came on, we did it as a cold one's bonus.
Right.
But now the way this works is that co-host and I, we have our own thing. We decide to make this more about the fans of the site, the members.
Right.
We love to read their email. Yeah, the peoples on the site.
The people.
Yeah, that's right. So now, before we go into that, I guess the difference between this and the other podcasts is that we probably read more email than the other people. But before we go into email, we like to kind of bullshit around, talk about nonsense, or what's going on, shoot the shit. And this week, a lot of that bullshit is going to involve you.
Yeah,
and you are full of a lot of bullshit, so I'm sure you can share.
So make it good.
Matter of fact, we can start right off the bat with my public service announcement.
Okay, all right. Well, before you do that, we like to make our battle cry into the show before we start. So co-host, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Do you know what we do when we do this?
I'm sorry. I must be behind.
He's like looking at me like, what the hell are y'all talking about?
Yeah. Show.
He looked like we were about to set his house on fire.
Like, what are you going to do? We're going to set everything aflame.
Yeah, we like to co-host every time. The reason why we call this show Let's Do This because co-hosts would say that all the time. You're like, I'm ready. Let's do this.
He did that with the bonus. I remember.
Yeah, that's right. So now we just made the official battle cry of the show. So
yes,
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Co-host, are you ready?
You know I'm ready.
All right, let's do this. Damn, that's pretty good, man. Camera phone cop right in there. Look at him.
There you go.
You got a knack for this, kid.
You're a natural. A natural.
Hey, I'm always looking for other sources of income, Corey. Just keep me in mind, brother.
Oh, great.
Exactly. I disassembled this asshole over here.
I told you not to invite him.
Another leech on the Spill.com tea.
Yes.
Exactly.
Taking my money.
So, do you want to make this public service announcement?
Yeah, actually I do. If you're walking out of a theater and you see a shirt or a sweatshirt or an article of clothing sitting on a chair, it's not there for you to take, asshole.
Damn.
Co-host, let me tell you what happened. You want to tell them what happened?
Yeah, I'll tell
I
them.
don't get this service announcement.
So I ended up getting, I did a movie screening this weekend. Corey was there. It was Madagascar 2.
Okay.
All right. And I ended up getting some tickets so I could get my wife and daughter in.
Right.
So they show up at the screening. They sit through it. They have a good time. They enjoy the movie. And my daughter, she's 9. She tends to live in her own world.
Yep.
and she gets up after the movie's over, walks out of the theater, says, "Oh, crap, I forgot my sweatshirt." Walks back into the theater, and somebody has already ganked it.
Somebody stole her
Somebody
sweatshirt?
stole my daughter's sweatshirt.
Was it just a regular
Here's
sweatshirt, or
the
was
best
it?
part.
It was made out of gold.
Yes, no. It was a
I
burnt
can't
orange
blame 'em.
sweatshirt. And
It was what? I'm
It
sorry?
was burnt orange.
Okay.
But it was
The
her-
colors of the Longhorns are
Right.
football here at University of Texas.
Correct. It's burnt orange, so there's a lot of Texas fans, big Texas game going on that night. So I'm thinking somebody grabbed it. However, the thing that really pisses me off is they're going to get home and find out that it has my daughter's softball team name on it and her number on the back.
What a dummy.
So now, not only can I not ever wear it, but they're going to throw it away.
Man, come on. You know they're not going to throw it away. People, let me tell you something about these folks that come to these screenings. They will kill each other over a koozie. They will fight each other over a
Oh,
plastic
my
cup.
God.
Yeah, they
They're going to take that as, I found a prize. And they don't care
one
what kind
of
it
the
is.
other reps almost got mobbed because he brought some kid-size only T-shirts. And the parents came down trying to whoop his ass to get one.
Are you serious?
Yeah. See, people at the screenings, they are press screenings. Sometimes just the press goes. And then other times they invite the press and the public. And at the public screening, sometimes you'll have the radio station or a TV station come up and they say, "Hey, we got T-shirts and Frisbees or whatever to give away." And people just want to get this like they're winning the lottery. They will kill each other over nothing.
And that is why I will always hate press screenings. I hate them with a passion.
Well, and that's, they made that movie Prize Horse. And I think they made it.
Yeah, we talked about that.
You're right.
Yeah.
It was on
And
DVD,
it's a whole class of people. They're subhuman. Subhuman.
It's funny because we know, I think, everyone in that DVD.
We know people who will drive 15 minutes across town to get a free hot dog at a used car lot. Yeah,
What
one
the
hot
hell?
dog.
I thought I was
they got
terrible.
used at the used car lot. They got hot dogs. I got one myself. I was like, "What? Did you buy a car? No, but I got a hot dog."
And boy, are they proud. I mean, you talk about pride and getting a free hot dog.
Now his wife is there. Let me tell you something about your husband. When he walked out of the theater and he knew that T-shirt was missing or that sweatshirt was missing, I felt scared because it could have been a 9-year-old kid who had that. He was going to beat that kid's ass.
What
That's
I
my
am
shirt,
really
you
hoping
little
for,
son of a bitch.
What I am really hoping right now is that the people we have, and we have some real idiots that come to these screenings. I'm hoping it's one of my real big loser attendees, and the idiot puts it on. Because you got to understand, I have a 9-year-old, but she's the size of a woman. I mean, she's a big kid. So somebody's going to put this thing on and show up at a screening this winter, and that's what I'm hoping to see. I want to see him in line. Down, huh? No. All I'm going to do is get on my cell phone and call the police. I'm going to get them arrested over a $35 sweatshirt.
And you know what's going to happen, though?
Police aren't going to come.
Sean's going to be the one. Should I not say your name?
I guess that's fine.
Okay, Sean. I like Sean. I don't want to keep calling you the camera phone cop because I feel like I'm. But Sean's going to be out in the parking lot. He's going to get the police calling him because he's going to be welling on some 10-year-old kid. Get off my boy!
No,
shirt.
I'll find a parent that's with him.
Now, see when you said that you weren't going to do anything, I thought you were going to tell me like you're going to have like a syringe with a Windex in there. And you're going to like inject it. It's going to be real quiet. You're going to stick him under a seat.
You know what's going to happen though? Like one of the guys that he hates, he's going to come in there. He's going to be like, "Hey, Sean. Look at what I won at the last screen."
Yeah.
Who are you? Sean's going to pick his ass up and throw his ass across the
You get one of these free promo sweaters. It wasn't for the right movie, but damn, does it look good?
It's going to be some big guy. Like, it's his daughter's sweatshirt. This guy's going to be wearing it's going to like come up to his elbows.
Look like
the
Baby
sleeves.
Huey.
Yeah. It's going to be all tight fitting on him and everything. Look, I won this baby tea.
But the win-win here is that if I do catch somebody in it, I'm finally going to get to do something I've always wanted to do. And that's perma-ban somebody. They'll never be able to go to another free screening. I don't care how long they waited for their damn ticket.
See, you didn't know that Sean has the power to ban people from screenings as long as you're there, right?
I do, and as long as the reps agree and all of them seem to get along with me, and I tell them what happened, they'll be like, "Yeah, he doesn't need to come back."
So how does that work? Do you memorize the face? Do you write down the name? I mean, do you sneak up behind him with a Polaroid and you shoot? You get his mugshot.
The only people that it really concerns are our regulars. And Corey could even identify him by face. Mm-hmm. I mean, we could sit there. He knows, when I say ponytail, he knows exactly who I'm talking about.
Corey's only been doing this for 50 years. The same people were like in their 90s. It's like going to free screenings.
Like what Sean's not telling you that he hates me too. It's like if I went in the room, he'd be like, that big, tall, black son of a bitch.
Well, I just had you come to the house today because I live in Williamson County. I'm like, I could shoot him. And then call Williamson County. There's a black man in my house. I mean, Williamson County be like, we'll have the coroner sent right over.
And I'll be here right next to him going, "Yep, that's true, officer. That's true." It's like I'll be taking care of Spill tomorrow.
What? Hey.
So long, Spill. Hello,
it's
Nudie.
So funny, man.
Hello, Nudie website.
I'm going to do a porn. It's like what I've always wanted to do with this site. Exactly. Man, it's so bad. His daughter's walking to the house. And he's talking about
spillingoutofthebra.com.
He's like saying, my daughter's not going to make any noise. She's scared that there's a black man in the house. I'm like, come on, man. His daughter's 9 years old.
Hey, I saw the look on his daughter's face.
His daughter's hiding under
fear.
She's hiding under the bed right now. You know, you come to the house like the cat will run and hide under the furniture. That's what his daughter's doing.
She said they are real.
I live in suburban Austin. I've never seen one before.
Are you related to Will Smith?
I thought black people. I thought Will Smith was CG. No, but
that's not makeup.
Oh. I tried to say hi to her. No! I heard if you touch me, I turn black too.
Damn, that's wrong, Corey. That's racist.
That was racist.
That's racist.
That was racist.
I'm the racist one now.
People. I can't believe that.
Well, I'm not really black, right? I'm Coco.
Are you Chinese?
All right, so man, now you haven't seen all these movies. It's fall seasons now.
Right.
And you have to see you've had to see a lot of summer movies over and over again. I know you're getting tired of some of them. Has fall been any better?
Honestly, at this point, I'd say I feel the same way about the fall as I did the summer. There's stuff out there that I enjoyed a lot, stuff out there that was all right, and then there was stuff out there that sucked. I mean, we have probably done 6 or 10 movies in the last 6 to 8 weeks.
Sound like you're breaking down right now. We've done 6 movies. I can't take it anymore.
And I'm sitting there thinking, oh God, how many have I done? And how many? I've got friends. I got lucky. We've done role models like 11 billion times, and I only had to do it once. We had guards to work all the rest because it was only 1 or 2 guards at a time.
Yeah.
So I only had to do that one once, and I had a good time once.
I wonder why so many screenings for that film.
Why is that? Now, what's the reasoning behind certain movies? Like, for example, they had tons of screenings for Sex Drive. Didn't they have like about 3 or 4 of those?
I think they had several of those, and you know what? I never did one.
But see, now they show that movie about 6 times, and the movie comes in like at 8th place or something like that. What's the deal with that, man?
I'd actually ask you that question because I figure you know more about that than I would. I've always been curious, what makes them pick what films to go out. I mean, you remember Knocked Up? We did that one like 6 or 7 times.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah. I only can think that there's certain movies that they feel like have certain appeal. Like Sex Drive. I think they felt like, all right, Superbad, that movie did well. We're going to cash in on that audience if we push it enough. Seth Green is really popular with Robot Chicken right now. And so I think that they hope to appeal to a certain audience by having a lot of press screenings. And even they had a sneak for the public on a Saturday. But I think that movie probably came in, I believe it was 8th or 9th place or something. It came in low. Only because they didn't have any of the stars in that movie.
No, I was about to say, no stars. And maybe it just resembled Superbad too much, where it turned people off. They're like, it's probably just a bad knockoff of Superbad. But
no stars in it.
The only way. But unfortunately, it was a good movie, and it kind of sucked seeing how low it ranked, just because it wasn't actually it was a funny as hell film.
I was loving it, man. Mm-hmm. And I look at Knocked Up. Well, Knocked Up was riding up the success from the producers and director of 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Right.
They had some other famous people in there that you could recognize. Paul Rudd was from that movie. Seth Rogen was Seth. Yeah, was it Seth Rogen?
Yeah, Seth
Rogen was riding off of 40-Year-Old Virgin 2 also. So it's really mysterious to me how many of these movies that they have to actually screen, and some of them do well, some of them don't.
Well, I always joked for that movie, and then like Tenacious D, and then
the Pick of Destiny.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall was another one we did a bunch. It's like this movie's not going to make any money in this market because everybody's seen it for free before it ever came out.
That's true. I'm always wondering if that ever backfires as far as you just have one too many screenings, and by the time the movie comes out, a lot of people don't care. They'd seen it so ahead advanced. They had such an advanced screening of it that they forget about it. And they assume that, well, I already saw it, so when it comes out, they don't bother telling their friends because to them it seems like it came out like weeks ago, but it really hadn't.
Yeah, I mean, I think the coolest thing that I ever got to see, and it was cool because I really enjoyed the movie, and it was also cool because I actually did it like 9 months before it came out. And usually, most of these
9 months.
Yeah,
what the hell?
Yeah, usually you're seeing these within 2 months of when they're supposed to release. They'll do one a week for 5-6 weeks if they're going to do it a lot, but it's all within a couple of months. But I actually got to see V for Vendetta not like 9 months before it ever came out.
Wow,
damn!
And was the movie still? I mean, was there anything that you noticed they took out?
I
or
didn't
added?
notice any difference. Mm-hmm. It was a. I guess a button-umathon thing where they'd gotten to show it.
That explains why that was that. Then
why it was so early. Yeah, we did King Kong that year and V for Vendetta.
Okay,
and then it came out like the following year, like 8 or 9 months later.
Yeah, he tried to make it sound like, oh yeah, they invited me personally to Hollywood and I got to see it 9 months earlier.
Oh yeah,
I was sitting with the director smoking a cigar.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, shut up.
Spielberg's in my cell phone.
Come guard my movie.
That's right. No, I got to do that's why. I mean, when you have a festival like that, or like you had here in Austin with Fantastic Fest, you show a whole buttload of films over the course of a week or whatever, a day, whatever it is. But the people who organize it like to get with the studios and get something cool put in there, something that hadn't been released yet.
Right.
And so for Button-umathon, they had those two films, and it was pretty slick. I'm sitting there thinking about it, talking about it, and people are like, I hadn't even heard about this, because it wasn't really advertised all that much.
Right.
By the time, that early out, they weren't even talking about it much.
See, that's kind of the advantage of your job right now. Not only do you go see movies early, but then you go to festivals and you have to be there for that, and you're attending and you're getting paid for it. Well, all these people paid a lot of money to go.
Right.
Yeah. So
don't always get to watch all of the movie. That's the drawback.
Well, what do you do? What, you kicking somebody out because
you're running somebody out
at work? I mean, you're working.
Yeah.
Roughhousing somebody.
Is that I can't look at the studio rep and go, no, I can't do that right now. I'm watching the film.
Yeah.
Have you ever gone up behind somebody and put the sleeper hold on them and just dragged them out quietly?
No, but I tell you,
the old lady making too much noise with with their breathing apparatus. Yeah.
Well, people are getting so stupid. I mean, I have to get so explicit in my instructions now. It's like, turn your phones off. You, me, even the co-host who's a little prick.
That's right.
We know
that's your friend.
It's turn it off. And, power off. Everybody else like vibrate, silent. They'll sit there and text the whole movie.
Yeah.
It's like, your phone's not fucking off. I had one lady playing a game on her BlackBerry in Madagascar this weekend, and I'm like, you need to turn your phone off. She's like, it is off, and she's trying to point to there's no wireless signal. I said, ma'am, you're sitting there playing a game on it. It ain't off.
Yeah,
the camera works without having wireless.
But this movie sucks.
So leave then.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
If you're so bored, you're going to sit there and text back and forth.
Leave.
Go, because it's going to distract somebody else.
See, I always pictured you as Rambo in a way. Like, there's some guy he's big and he's going to start a commotion if you tell him to be quiet. So you got to come up behind him and like knock him out or put him to sleep and just kind of quietly just pull him over the chair and drag his ass
Blow
up.
gun.
Yeah. Are you like, do you have like a suit that looks like the fabric on the chairs at the theater where you're sitting down and somebody's messing up? They said you come out, your eyes open, that's all you see.
You grab, he's camouflaged. He's looking like the seat.
Break their neck.
Somebody sits on him.
But the guy next to him, this guy fell asleep.
I went to the store and got a blowgun. I can just get them with a hypodermic from 20 yards away.
Yeah, the guy falls asleep. Yeah,
and they're out. I'll go give them the antidote when the movie's over.
Do you ever have to tell parents with noisy kids to shut their kids up?
That's a real interesting. I have not yet. Usually the studio rep handles that.
The studio rep does?
Yeah, but usually what happens. I mean, the fact of the matter is, and most studio reps respect this, but we're not there for their convenience. Mm-hmm. We're there to protect the film. It's just like I've told the theater manager. We're not there to check for somebody bringing in a Coke in their bag. Mm-hmm. We're there to protect the film.
Okay, so that's why you never say anything about kids making noise or anything. You're not meant to do that.
No. No. Now, if the rep, there are a few reps that really hate confrontation, and they know I'm security, so they're like, can you do this? Okay. We had a real was it Madagascar, I think? Was it this one we just did where we had the woman with her disabled sister?
I was just about to ask you about that, and it wasn't that. It was a nighttime screening. Remember?
What was it?
I forgot what it was. Oh, Changeling.
Yes.
We were watching Changeling.
Yes,
and
it was Changeling.
Co-host, I don't know if you knew this.
No.
We were watching Changeling, and while we're watching it, you hear this and you wonder what the hell is going on. Now, I thought it was part of the movie. But when the scene changed, you still heard, and what it was a woman, and she had a disabled, like a mentally disabled and physically disabled son or something in a wheelchair.
Daughter, I think. Maybe.
Was it? Oh, it was a woman. It was a girl.
Yeah, in a wheelchair, very heavily disabled, and just couldn't be quiet.
Oh man, see, no, I don't get that. Why would you bring someone like that?
To be fair, I think what happened is that with people with that type of disability, they have good days and bad. Right. And so she came thinking, I'm hoping this is a good day.
She was having a bad day.
But she was having a bad day.
And you're gambling with other people's time.
And see, here, the funny part to me is like Carlisle's climbing over chairs and stuff to go find the studio rep. He's hot.
Oh yeah, I saw that silhouette come up, that hat and that glasses.
And, he's,
Are you serious?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
He was not happy. But before he ever could get there, this lady, and I give her, it took, even talking to Leon, he said it took a little too long in his opinion too, but she actually got up and took her daughter or sister or whatever it was and left before anybody ever had to say something.
Damn.
But those are the ones that are hard.
Right.
Because if you can't control your kids, then you're an asshole and you got to go.
Right.
But when you have somebody that is that developmentally disabled, there's no cool way to approach them and say, you got to go.
I know, and that's the thing. Like, I feel sorry for those people. Don't get me wrong. But it's like bringing your kid in with Tourette's. You're just hoping, I hope he behaves.
Fuck!
Yeah, exactly. But he needs to be entertained just like everyone. I want him to feel normal.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm sorry. Your kid is not normal.
But see,
I'm sorry.
That's the
Get
thing.
that idea out of your
shit,
head.
ass.
Yeah. That's what DVD is for, people. Learn before somebody like like me has to go and beat you over the head and go, you moron! You are a lot dumber than the person.
Okay,
you brought
now
in.
you say that, but if you've been in the theater when that was going on,
Yeah.
nobody wanted to be the asshole that said,
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Except for Carlisle.
Except for
He was
Carlisle.
ready
Oh,
to do
see,
it.
but that's what I'm
But
saying. No.
you know something?
No, I leave him alone.
People would have been on his side. People would have been like,
Yeah.
he's
No.
the guy that he did the job. We
He
didn't want to
stood
do.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did the job nobody else wanted to do.
Yeah, 'cause nobody
she
wanted to be the
didn't see it.
asshole.
You know, he was getting up to go. He was either going to come to me or he's going to go to the film rep. And he has every right.
Right.
Because, like I talked about the last time I was on the show, you know, these screenings are not for the public. They'll let the public in, but the screenings are there for the press.
Right.
The people who are going to review the movies and try and get the word out. I mean, you gotta remember, you know, a website like Spill for these studios is thousands and thousands of dollars worth of free advertising.
Yeah,
if
exactly.
the reviewers like the film, because people are
Even if
gonna
we
watch
don't
it.
like the movie, it's still
It's still free advertising.
Tell that to Tyler Perry.
Yeah, that son of a bitch. Yeah, you got Tyler Perry's number. Have you talked to him?
I haven't
Aren't you-
lately. You know,
okay.
he kind of pissed me off. So.
Tell him to let the press in, especially the black press, like me.
The only black press, Corey.
Yeah, exactly. Let a brother in.
Well, the problem is there are no black press.
I'm the only one, so let me in.
So they don't know. He's like, no, you're black. You're
Let
full
them
of
know,
shit.
yeah. Tell
You're
them
trying to scam me somehow, Corey.
Throw a
You know what, I
brother
kinda feel-
a bone.
I kind of
And
feel
you need
bad.
makeup. You know why you want makeup?
Damn.
But it was so funny, man, because once that movie came on, because
Yeah.
we couldn't hear that girl before, but once that movie came on, what she saw in her mind
Yeah.
freaked her the fuck out. On that phone screen, she was like, "Ah, ah."
God.
Nobody wanted to be the asshole to say, you got to take the retarded person.
I would have called the
Nobody wanted
cops
to do
like,
that.
"Hey, one of Jerry's kids escaped. Get him, quick, get him!
Now,
He's
see,
freaking out."
And she was cool because you could tell because there was a moment she was quiet and
Right.
you could see the woman kind of rubbing her back and she was kind of
Giving her
soothing her
something to
down.
drink.
Yeah.
You know, like,
But,
okay,
yeah.
please, I want to see this movie.
Yeah. And then
And
it
see,
started
that's
up
her
again.
being selfish, though.
But
Come
no,
on.
she tried. It got quiet for a while. And everybody wants to think like, okay, this person, even though they might be mentally disabled, maybe they can comprehend more than a little kid can what's going on. Apparently not, because that was a horror
Well, now,
movie she was watching.
Okay, well now I'm not blaming her. I'm blaming the person who brought her. As far as like, you know, somebody, I'm sure she went because more than likely she wanted to see the film. I don't think somebody with that kind of in that mental state really gives a shit. To be honest,
I just wanted her to get her out before she started shitting in her pants or something.
Oh, my God.
I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
because who's going to clean
I always
that? Not
wondered
me.
who's going to go there first.
Sean's
Corey
gonna-
or Cole.
You
Sean's
know,
gonna
come
clean
on, man,
that.
because you know that because that shit was scary. Because first of all, it ain't an easy movie. Once Angelina Jolie started getting word, that's when she was in her seat. The kid who was missing that movie might as well have been this mentally disabled person's kid because you're like, no.
And you know, Corey was
That's the
sitting right
interesting
behind
thing.
her.
Well, yeah, I'm
The
laughing. I was
interesting
kicking a
thing,
seat.
Is like co-host said, you know, you wonder can somebody this developmentally disabled, you know, grasp this film, but the noises got worse at high drama points.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's like it was almost like it was processing, but she couldn't vocalize it.
So she
Yeah.
sounded like Cyrus when he sees
when
he
he's
sees one of
geeking
those-
out over
one of those
something.
damn geeky movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when he's watching like Star Trek or something.
Exactly.
We had to take Cyrus out.
Serenity,
Yeah.
Serenity.
Yeah, we had to take Cyrus out of Serenity.
God. Now I feel bad for Carlisle because maybe he just had to go take a piss. You know,
No, you know what? If Carlisle had told him to take him out. In all fairness, he would have been cool. He would have got up and said, "Hey, ma'am, you know we're trying to watch the movie," or he would have went to go talk to the rep.
Yeah, I was gonna say he wouldn't have said anything to the person. Nobody in there would have. They would have gone to the rep, or they would actually. What would happen is if it was pressed, they would go to the rep because they know who the rep is. Anybody else in that theater was going to walk straight to me.
Yeah, exactly. I would have done that. That's what I would have done. I was like, Sean, man, hey, take care of these people.
Like, Sean, you got Jerry's kids in there ruining
why?
the movie.
Because why? Because I'm there in a coat and tie.
Exactly.
I must work for the theater.
Yeah,
You see that person in the wheelchair, go beat him up.
Sean would have taken him and like rolled her ass down the slope,
Yeah, I know.
let her run into the wall.
I grab the popcorn, throw it in their face, grab their Coke, pour it on their head.
Sean would have took her out in the parking lot, just
Yeah.
put her in the bushes and came back.
Exactly.
Oh, ma'am, she's okay.
Would have got a cable attached to the city bus. Oh no! Hey, enjoy that film. Yeah, somebody film this. This is the movie.
Did you see
Yeah.
the metro bus going the street with a girl in a wheelchair behind it?
Oh, that shit happened.
Don't say that.
shit
Are you?
said-
I was just making that
it
up.
was in the last year. Some dude in a wheelchair, or maybe this was a show. It could have been a TV show, but I thought I read this. Like somebody, like somebody got clipped to the front of a Mack truck in their wheelchair, and they survived. They were fine because somebody flagged the driver down. Yeah, I swear to God, I read this.
Okay,
it could have been a TV show.
It's funny now.
Yeah,
as long as they didn't die.
Yeah. No, I was like trying not to laugh. I'm like, I don't like where the story's going.
Can you imagine whoever was hooked to that bus? Oh shit!
Oh my God! I'd find a way to do that for a living and wear a white helmet, like the retarded evil
super co-host Osborne.
Evil Knievel. Yes, there you go. Oh my God!
Jumping ramps and shit.
That's a great idea.
Oh yeah, super co-host. Because all it takes is a wrench to put it back together.
Oh, screw that! I'm not crazy.
I think Spill needs a new stunt like once a month.
I know we put wheels on the bottom of the co-host to attach his ass to a bus.
I'm gonna let you guys gonna turn me into Mr. Bill.
Oh, wait, no, I'm not talking about it. So you're driving over the interstate. Oh, no. All right. Well, I was just, I had to bring that up because we talked about it, but we didn't talk about it with you.
Oh, my God.
And we talked about it out in the parking lot. We were like, man, none of us wanted to say anything.
No.
Yeah, so. The moral of the story is leave a retarded relative at home. That's all.
Well,
put on VeggieTales.
It probably would have been tolerated a lot better if it had been, like role models or something like that, where everybody's laughing constantly. Yeah, there just wasn't much laughing in Changeling.
In Changeling, no, it was like dead quiet. A lot of scenes, just nothing going on except So anyway, well, that's good to know, man. I think it's safe to say that we really haven't hit Oscar season yet. I mean, they're trying.
Yeah.
But like Changeling, you don't think that was Oscar worthy, do you?
Well, it's going to depend on what else comes out, man. It's hard to bet against Clint Eastwood. It's just
everybody loves Clint Eastwood,
yeah.
And I think
and Jolie, and together they worked really, really well.
But a lot of critics, I think, I heard, I'm not sure. I think I don't. Okay, I got to go look and see. I think someone told me, Carlisle told me that a lot of people weren't into it. And I heard one review where it got slammed. So I'm thinking, still we have yet to really hit a good Oscar season. I mean, it's already November.
I know. Yeah, that's right. It's creeping up.
Have you seen anything that just made you say? And seriously, the thing that really made me say Oscar worthy, ironically, was The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Which normally would not be an Oscar movie.
Yeah, I have actually 2 films along with Dark Knight, and these are movies. Let the Right One In
and Iron Man. No.
I watched Iron Man today, but yeah, not Oscar.
No,
by any means.
No, but I want one of those poles when I have a private airplane.
That was CG, by the way. I don't know. If they had it behind the scenes. Yeah, and it's funny because they were showing it behind the scenes, and you see like this unrendered CG pole rise up. And I'm like, what? That was CG?
They made a CG stripper pole?
Yeah. Apparently you see it rise up from the floor, and it's all CG. And it hasn't been rendered, so it's all shaky.
They spent like $8 million on a stick. Exactly. With the girls CG who were dancing on it?
Oh, I wish they would have had those girls try to pretend to be, throwing themselves around on a fake pole. That would have been hilarious.
End up falling and shit.
Yeah. But, back to Oscar-worthy films. Let the Right One In. The vampire movie, which is in selected cities right now. Please go out and do yourself a favor and catch that film. That and a movie that you and I saw at the Austin Film Festival, Slumdog Millionaire.
Oh, Slumdog Millionaire is great,
man. That
movie
movie blew me away. I don't even know if it has a release date or what. It's the new Danny Boyle film. But
Danny Boyle, who did 28 Days Later, Sunshine, Train Spotting.
Right.
Yeah, that movie is great, man.
Yeah, that is a great film. That blew me away. But yeah, those 3 are the only 3 movies that really... Dark Knight, Slumdog Millionaire, and Let the Right One In. Those are the only ones that have really stuck out this whole year, to be honest.
I am really, really stumped because I hadn't seen the other 2 you mentioned. But yeah, I mean, Dark Knight, just to me, 99 times out of 100 is just not an Oscar film. But what has been out there? That's
what I'm saying. Nothing has jumped out and seized me as an Oscar-worthy movie. Nope. At least not American film. I'm trying to think of some foreign films that I've seen. But.
And that's kind of one of the drawbacks to my job is that it's a drawback and it's a benefit because I've gotten to know all the theater managers and stuff like that. Most of them will be like, yeah, come on in. I'll get to go see a movie for free. But half the time I don't want to go to the theater because, I spent 3 nights there already this week working. Yeah. But the drawback I was going to mention, though, is that I don't get any of the more obscure films like the ones you just mentioned. Mm-hmm. I get your Dark Knight. I get Knocked Up 11 billion times. I get... things like that, and role models 5 times. So I don't get to see a lot of the more obscure films, and that kind of sucks because then I'm kind of theatered out by the end of the week and don't want to go see one.
Yeah,
Right.
I know exactly what you mean, man. People will say, "What do you want to do?" I'll have friends say, "Let's go see a movie," and I'm like, either I've seen everything, or even if I haven't, I'm like, "Man, I'm in a theater so much." Like now, there have been a time where I would have said, "I would love to do that, but I can't do that now." People say, "Wow, you don't like to go to the festivals?" I said, I go to enough things because the press sends me to some things to see. And once I've seen those few things, I don't want to spend all day in the theater. I don't want to do this whole festival thing, going to movies like for 4 days. Yeah. I'm sorry. I just can't do it anymore.
And it's even worse once you get into a trend of just bad films. I mean, when I was on the other show that year, I remember I kind of told myself it's time for me to hang it up for a while because those films that were coming out were so terrible.
Yeah.
Sitting in at those press screenings
just not
was like
enjoying it
torture.
anymore.
No, it was like with a girlfriend that you should have broken up with like
6 months
like
before.
a year, like a year ago, and you just like, fuck this. No, it's over. It is over.
Yeah.
It's over, Johnny.
It's over.
Yes. But I tell you what, though, see a film like The Dark Knight or Slumdog Millionaires, the feeling you get after watching a great film like those, it does like make you fall in love with being at the movies again. Honestly, I mean, after watching Slumdog Millionaire, when the crowd just went crazy after that film, I was like, "This is why I love movies. This is
exactly."
This is why I'm here.
But not all movies can be that,
Yeah, and you have to go in.
Not all movies can be Dark Knight or Slumdog.
Not at all, man. And you go into it knowing that if I didn't get such an education from watching bad movies, because I feel like I learn more from watching bad movies than good movies, I probably wouldn't enjoy it as much. But I'm never it never ceases to amaze me, the bad movies that I see.
Yeah.
So that's me.
I can appreciate that. There are some bad movies. Well, hell, you're sitting here by my extensive DVD collection.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, there's stuff up there you probably looked at going, okay, I can never talk to this guy again.
When you
Why
got the
hell
room,
did
I was
buy
like,
this
he
shit?
sucks.
Yeah.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say it at all. You have 2 good things over here.
Yeah.
Out of 200.
You actually, okay, people, look at this. He actually has Hudson Hawk over here.
That is one of the best bad movies in history.
Oh my God!
Now,
But wait,
now it's a bad
something's
movie.
really sticking out. The Core. I mean, come on, really? The Core.
I did not spend a
Come
dime on that one.
Who bought that thing?
I
Your
hope
daughter?
not.
I got that
part-time
one
job?
year for
Your 9-year-old
Christmas.
daughter?
Oh
Oh,
my God!
Did you get that from the mother-in-law? Is that what happened?
Is it even unwrapped? That's the scary thing.
I won't make fun of you too bad. I still have, what do you call it? Man, what was the Michael Bay World War II movie?
Pearl Harbor.
I still have Pearl Harbor wrapped up at home.
Yeesh.
Yeah, I haven't.
Put that on. Put that in the trash.
Okay.
I was gonna say put that on eBay.
I always
No,
told
put
myself
that in the trash.
I will watch it because it has cool effects, but I never got around to it, and I never will. I don't think so. Anyway, y'all want to get into some email?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's listen to the little people.
Yes.
All right, all you little folks out there who write your little letters.
For the record,
I love
since the
Stephanie.
last time I've been on, Corey has started making it to the right theater, but now he gets there 5 minutes before the film starts.
I've done that how many times? I've gone to the wrong theater.
Yeah. Leon will be calling him. It's like, hey, Corey, you coming? Yeah, I'm here, man. Where y'all at?
And
the wrong damn theater.
And it's amazing too because I will be there like about 5 minutes before the movie starts at the wrong theater. And fortunately, Austin is small enough at a certain time that you can get from one theater to the next in a good amount of time. All right, so I didn't copy any emails today because I have been. What's going on? What are y'all whispering about? I love you, Ghost.
No, he's just telling me how much of an idiot you are for never going to the right theater.
Actually, I was asking him
I'm like,
if
you're
it'd
right.
be funny to let the dogs in because the dogs have never seen a black person before.
Yeah, he lets him through the door like, get your dog, man.
That would be funny. Why don't you do that?
Man, you know what? Hey, fuck you, man. The dogs were in here a little while ago. They like me. They don't like robots, so he saw him and
They
ran.
like steak too, Corey.
But okay, you know what, man? I ain't gonna feed into this.
Let's get into
pun
the
intended.
email.
All right. Oh, let's see. I didn't copy any email because we've been recording all day long.
You've been recording all day long.
Okay. Oh man, I'm just gonna take it. If we want to read it, we can read it. If not, we can just move on. I'm just like playing the lottery. I'm just pulling stuff out of a hat. This is from Ivan, and Ivan says,
So we'll have a scale here, co-host. Proceed or fuck off.
Yes. Next. What does he say, Corey?
Oh man, you know what? Okay, I'm not reading this one.
Fuck off.
Yeah, sorry, Ivan. I'll when I'm more prepared next week, I'll read it.
When you're more prepared.
Yeah, when I'm better
actually
prepared.
When you have your reading glasses.
Let's see.
You know, I've known you for a long time now, Corey, and I never once figured you prepared for any of this.
Well, then this should be no surprise to you.
Yes. We are complete professionals here.
Here's a good question. We were just talking about this before we start the show because we were watching it on TV.
Yeah.
This comes from Aaron, and Aaron says, with the recent news of King of the Hill getting canceled and American Dad getting a 5th season, what are your thoughts on primetime animation now? And then, what's your take on the cancellation of King of the Hill?
Oh, boy. Another animation question, huh?
Are you fucking 15? Cartoons belong on Saturday mornings.
Are you serious?
I have not, aside from The Simpsons, none of this recent animation have I gotten into.
See, I think that there has been this boom in primetime animation. And you ask about King of the Hill. King of the Hill is in syndication now. I mean, it's making money.
Yeah.
So if it gets canceled, it's not a bad thing for the producers of the people who made it. And it's been on for a while. King of the Hill is lucky to have run as long as it has. And I think it's a funny show, but it really is very oriented towards a certain culture in Texas. To have that
it's oriented to Texas.
Yeah. And to have that transcend and appeal to a national audience, the show was good for that.
To me, that show, and it's not taking away because it does have an audience, but for me, it was always, I'm flipping around, there ain't shit on, I'll watch this for a little bit till something else comes on. I just, none of this primetime animation stuff has ever interested me. There was one show that I just never got really, really into, like DVRing it every week, but it was Drawn Together, I think is what it was called.
Oh, yeah. It was on Cartoon.
Yeah.
Did they get canceled?
No, it was Comedy Central.
Comedy Central.
Yeah. Did they get canceled?
You're asking the wrong guy.
Oh,
I'm more of, like I said, I guess growing up, there's something about when I get home at night, I want to watch live TV, even though some of it may not
real
be
people?
all that good. Yeah,
Now you can't say that cartoons are just for 15-year-olds because South Park is an extremely popular show.
Okay, I lied. They're that and Simpsons. South Park, huge fan.
But
Okay.
now try to
But just
play that
not
on Saturday
prime
morning.
time. Yeah, but that's not going Saturday morning. But I guess it's not, primetime network television. It's like going to animation. Everybody's trying to be The Simpsons to me. Everybody's praying to have a tenth of the success.
I mean, when
show's
Family
had.
Guy started, I mean, you could point out all the similarities.
Yeah.
like crazy, and then I guess it developed on its own. After a while, it found its own voice. But as you know, it's funny. The funny thing about Family Guy, at least, is that I was watching more of Family Guy when it was on DVD, and then when they renewed the show back on TV, I barely seen any episodes, to be honest, and I never really hear about it being talked about.
Well, apparently it's doing well. I mean,
obviously,
you didn't feel like you lost anything, though.
No,
you didn't go out and
really.
look for it, and that's kind of my thing.
My whole thing is that, they've had some successful shows. Right after The Simpsons came out, they had a bunch of shows trying too hard to be primetime animated shows, and they did bad. The guy who did Steve Bochco, I think, the guy who did NYPD Blue, actually made a cartoon called Capital Critters. And it was about talking rats and shit. Yeah. And they actually tried to run this on primetime, and it was a lame-ass show, man. And this was a guy who knew nothing about animation that well, not enough to put it on TV at primetime. So if you force it, it's just like anything else. If you force it, it's bad. If you actually have a good idea and you think it's a show that's more adult-oriented than kid-oriented and it needs to go on primetime, but it's truly inspired, then do it.
Now, didn't that show come out around the same time as, the PJs?
Yeah, it was
Eddie
around
Murphy
that
show?
time. And they were even doing things like running shows that were for kids on prime time. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for some reason. I was like, what kind of wacky thinking is behind this? If you would just put cartoons on prime time, people are going to watch. It's like, no, man, you got to be inspired. Make a good show. That's all I'm saying. Primetime animation is going to continue because it's successful now. But like I said, for it to succeed, it has to be something that is a good idea.
Right. What do you think about American Dad? Because I think that's one of those shows that tries too hard. I almost wish that I know that it's the same creator as Family Guy, but I'm always like I wish people wouldn't go off and try to do like spin-off shows. I'm like, concentrate on the show that you're doing right now and make it funny.
Well, what we're doing here, with animation now in prime time, what we're seeing is everything is centered around the family. How eccentric can the family be? Mm-hmm. Are we doing anything on primetime, at least on network television, that's not that? Mm-hmm. Even South Park, to a certain degree, is about kids and they have weird families. So I don't think we're really seeing anything like we don't see any science fiction shows on prime time.
Nope.
We don't see any kind of anything that has to deal with
Futurama. That was
still a comedy though.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was comedy. The sci-fi in that was still awesome to see. I mean,
oh, you know what? Okay, I take that back.
Yeah.
That could be considered.
Right.
But what I'm talking about is it's still comedy. It hasn't matured enough yet to where you're going to see something like a badass Terminator series that's animated on prime time. Not
Buck
yet.
Rogers, the animated series in prime time.
No, nobody's willing to take it that serious yet.
Right.
So it's going to be some time before we actually see it mature a little bit more. But I think
the
closest
thing to at least adult animation probably would have been the Justice League Unlimited. Because that was on,
but that was still for kids. So, I mean, they still pitched it as for kids.
Did they?
It was on Cartoon Network. It wasn't on Adult Swim. It was on Cartoon Network.
Well, I know at least the time it came on. Didn't it come on around 7 or 8?
It came on. Well, it was still at the time that the Adventures of Billy and Mandy still come on around those times. I mean, they showed kids cartoons until 9 o'clock or 10.
I would never associate Justice League with kids cartoons, but I mean.
They walked the line. I mean, it was they weren't ready to say it was an adult show, and it wasn't.
And boy, do I have to say that just like Family Guy, where it does great on DVD, I got turned on to Futurama when it was canceled, and I started watching the DVDs, and I really got into it. And I guess that got renewed, but now they're turning those into straight to DVD movies.
Yeah,
where I have to say I've been really, really disappointed with those last two straight to DVD. Futurama.
I like the way Sean was like, "What the fuck y'all talking about?"
you don't know what Futurama is?
No, I know exactly what Futurama is. And it was one of those shows. If nothing else was on, sure, I'll watch it. It was amusing. I just flipped on my TV while y'all were talking because I wanted to look at my DVR list of all the shows that I record, and trying to think if there's anything even remotely animated that I even record.
I noticed you had the Gilmore Girls on there. I was going to ask you about that.
Dude, I will sue your robot ass for slander. Don't go there.
That and Gossip Girl.
I have plenty of shit on there to be ashamed of. I don't need Gilmore Girls.
All right. Well, we got that out the way. You know what? That was a good thing you pointed out. Futurama was a departure from that, but everything else seems to be more or less.
Yeah, you're right.
Even like
King of the Hill, an animated sitcom.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, let's move on to our next.
And did we even answer her question?
Yeah, we did.
Okay,
and Aaron's a guy, by the way.
Yeah, guy.
I think.
Yeah.
or he could be both. Yeah. It could happen.
Did we answer Herm question?
Herm, yes, we did. All right, we have a question here from one of our regulars, the hacker, Alex Hacker. Alex says, so I recently broke up with this girl, and it's been really hard for me. Do you have any personal favorite breakup movies or feel-good movies? Or had a movie that you saw and really related to the point that it is kind of scary? Oh, man, you know something?
When you're breaking up, you need to go pop in and spend a weekend watching Band of Brothers, realize how insignificant your little fucking problems are. When you see what those guys went through, then grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
I'd say put on Schindler's List. That'd probably have the same effect.
Go watch Hotel Rwanda. You'll be like, shit, my life is pretty good. You know, man. Hey, fuck that girl. This ain't so bad.
At least she ain't chasing me down with a machete. God, don't bring up Hotel Rwanda.
I tell you what, though, man. Really, that's a good point. You have to kind of sit back and say, my life is all right. But that's easier said than done. I think Sean, you and I probably have had breakups where we're like, wow, man, no matter how much I want to get over this, I'm thinking, wow, this sucks. And I would just say everybody has a favorite movie, a movie that you can watch and you can forget about things. I would recommend you watch that movie. For me, if I went through something...
Was it Pootie Tang?
Pootie Tang, yeah. Sadate on the Badate, you know.
Shaft.
There are some movies that I would watch. I mean, there's a lot of movies. And adventure movies really help me escape. And I remember...
Human Tornado?
The Human Tornado, man. See, that's a movie I could watch and just laugh my ass off. Another movie that I found myself watching, I think I've said this before, for some reason, North by Northwest did it for me. North by Northwest made me, I would watch it because Cary Grant is an asshole in that movie. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't get, I mean, he can get a woman, not really give a shit. And I would watch that and be like, you know what? I want to be like Cary Grant. I watch this movie. He don't give a fuck about women. And I want to get caught up in an adventure like him too. Tell people to go fuck themselves. And that would really make me feel like kind of a badass. I'd be like, man, fuck girls. I'm like Cary Grant.
I watched that Ford Fairlane movie with
Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah, he's just a prick.
Hey, hickory dickory dock. Oh.
3 blind mice. She had it run. Where the
What's
fuck
in
they
the-
going?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Never gets old.
Well, along came a spider and said, "What's in the bowl, bitch?" Hey!
Oh,
Was it that movie where his one of my favorite jokes of his? Hey, sorry for making you clean the toilet, but who do you think did all the work in bed last night?
Yeah, and that's when he woke up with a heart on, and and the girl was like, "What?" And he's like, "So, big deal." Yeah, I would say, man, just go. What about you? You got any? Yeah, did you have any movies that just helped you get through a tough time?
A tough time. Well, in all honesty, I could sit and watch Band of Brothers straight through
The
any
HBO
day of the
series?
week. Yeah, the
Yeah.
HBO miniseries.
all like 20 hours
10
of it?
episodes. Yeah, dude, that was brilliant.
That is a great
absolutely
show. That
brilliant.
is an incredible show.
Yeah, make sure you look
I
over
won't
there
lie.
because that is in the collection. But as far as just a regular movie, I would just have to pick some, like Corey said, some sort of action adventure, something or other. James Bond. Yeah. I could be like
that's a
James
good one,
Bond,
man.
Yeah.
Like today, if I had especially problems with a girl, Casino Royale would actually get me through. Yeah. So so you're right, man. That's a good one.
Can I throw in my pick?
What?
I'll say Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Yes. He's looking for his bike, and he tells Dottie, he's like, "You don't want to get involved with a guy like me. I'm a little Dottie, a rebel."
Mr. Herman.
It's funny
Mr.
because
Herman.
paging Mr. Herman. We all have like these manly men that we look up to, and his big manly guy is Pee Wee Herman.
That's right.
He loves Pee Wee Herman. He can't help but mention
Remember
Pee
when
Wee
he's
Herman.
walking down the alley?
Because he likes to rub one out in the theater.
Hey, no. Pee-wee was one tough cookie. Don't you remember when he's walking down the alley and those guys in that gang ran up and go, "Hey, give us your money." He turns around, looks at him, and goes, "Ah," and go running. Woo!
Yeah, no, man. I have you
Don't
know
lie,
that.
don't lie, co-host. Your favorite part's when he does the tequila dance on the bar.
Oh yeah,
Hey, ain't nothing
that's
wrong
one of
with
my
that
favorite
scene.
parts.
That's a kick-ass scene.
Hey, that's one of the best
keep it
scenes in
down.
movie history.
I'm trying to use the phone.
Get him!
Yeah, I say we tattoo him. First we tattoo him, then we kill him, then we hang him. I say we leave him alone.
Man.
No! Okay, the fact that we know that is just
see?
pathetic.
I know it's so bad, man. No, I think that's one of the greatest movies,
It's
man.
the classic.
I love Pee Wee's
Tim
Big Adventure.
Burton's greatest film of all time.
I think so
Yes.
too.
I'm
That movie's
sorry.
so nonsensical but so fun to watch.
Yes.
That movie will actually put you in a very good mood, man.
Oh yeah, it will.
Yeah, I gotta admit, if I was watching that, all my worries would go out the window,
When
man.
Francis was taking his bath and he's pretending to be Godzilla and he's grabbing the little action figure, like, "Oh no! Oh wow, wow!" making his noises. That was awesome.
Pee Wee, listen to reason. Shh, what are you doing, Pee Wee? I'm listening to reason. Sean, that's like that's Sean's tipping
I
point. He's
know.
like, I don't know that much.
I know.
Yeah,
Sorry, Sean.
wow.
We're geeking out here.
There's no basement in the Alamo.
Oh no, man. It was some chick I actually said that to. I said that there was a basement in the Alamo, and she thought I was for real. She's like, really? It was in the basement? I was like, yeah.
Yeah, the bike was right down there in the basement. Oh.
And that's what it was, because I said, you know about the basement of Alamo, right? And then she was like, oh, yeah, of course I know about the basement. I was like, you dumb bro. I didn't know basement of Alamo.
They even had the James Bond villain in that movie, the butler, Francis Butler, where Pee Wee goes and knocks on his door, and he's like, "Where's Francis?" He's like, "Francis is busy. He's taking his bath." "Oh, yeah? Where are they holding them down?"
That was a James Bond villain? Who?
Yeah, wasn't he the guy with the top hat? Or was it?
Oh, you talking about Odd Job?
Yeah,
Odd Job.
Odd Job.
That was
Yeah.
Odd Job?
I want to say it was Odd Job.
Random task.
Yeah. Yes.
Gold. What was that? Gold member?
Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. All Asian
You
people
would.
look
You
alike to me.
just want everything to go back to Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah.
Oh man, we still. Okay, we still record. I thought we stopped recording.
Oh, that would have sucked.
I know.
There
was-
That
there
great
was some
material.
comedy gold in
Yes.
there.
like look at
Somewhere in there. We'll
Sean
dig
over
it
patting himself on the back. I was so good in that.
out.
Well, no,
comedy
Corey,
gold and Corey's
Corey,
nose.
play with me here because
No,
we
we're
can
not
play
playing
like
with
we did.
Oh,
we
gross.
can play like we cut something out there on accident. No, y'all missed the funny part. We promise.
Oh, please.
Yeah, no, you can't repeat it.
No
The
playing
genius that was going on
Yeah,
here.
I'm sorry, guys. This was the best ever, and you just lost an hour of it.
Another Leog part 2.
I was sad, man. They
I
lost
know.
that.
Tell me about it.
Co-host and I were there for one of the Leogs, and they lost. And look, I thought it was brilliant what was happening.
I know,
it was so funny.
I know. It was probably like one of
the best thing they had done
ever,
and it was gone,
and it was just gone. Yeah,
and they were drunk because
we were.
Because Cyrus tried to say, you guys record drunk too much, and I'm like, man, we haven't been drunk.
Yeah, wasn't he giving you like a lecture after we recorded?
No, he was
hearing him going like he's like, I don't know why you'd keep that stuff in, and I was like, what's he saying?
He actually sat down. Cyrus actually got me in the kitchen. It's like now he did this because we had started. And he sits me down. And he's like, I just don't understand why you guys just keep yourselves limited. And I'm like, limited, like under an hour. Why do you do? Like, man, we go like 3 hours sometimes. Oh, you do? Well, I don't know why you keep some of that stuff in there. I mean, I would be embarrassed if I was you. And I was like, what do you? That's way too personal for me. I'm like, well, nobody has gotten in trouble yet.
We ain't you.
Yeah, exactly. You do what you do. And then he was like, oh, and another thing, man. You guys, I just don't understand why you. What did he say to me? He's like,
dude, I don't know. I don't know what he said. I kind of walked out because I'm like, I don't know if I want to.
It was something else.
I don't know if I want to be in this room.
And then,
so keep this in mind, folks. When camera phone cop here loses his job because he recorded on Spill one too many times, I may need some security work.
There you go.
Boy.
Yeah.
There you go. I'll hire you for 50 cents.
And then it was funny after that lecture.
I know. I walked out as soon as that lecture started. I'm like, okay, I don't know if he's going to tell Corey anything Corey wants to hear, so I'm just going to exit.
Yeah, and then
I'm gonna go drink.
Oh, that was the other thing. It's like, and you know what, you guys, it's like you get way crazy because you can just tell you're way drunk. You've been recording too much, and I was like, we haven't been drinking the last free show. And then,
doesn't this guy know us by now?
I thought the whole purpose of Leon was them to get hammered and talk comics.
And then they get so drunk they lose everything.
I know. Yeah. It's funny because as soon as he was lecturing you about what we were doing, and then I was so looking forward to that show. I was telling people about that show, and then
to find out it's all gone.
I didn't even listen to it. I just looked at the comments. The first thing I read was, "What the hell? What the hell happened? Where's the rest of it? Is this a joke?" And then I found out that I talked to Leon. And he told me, Leon was so depressed when he told me what had happened. And I was like, oh, man, are you kidding me? I didn't even want to listen to it, to be honest. Because I knew by the time it cut out, I was going to be pissed.
Wait a minute. Sean, what are you doing?
Nothing at all.
Oh, man, you know what? He's back there. He's got a Jaeger bottle and a little container of Pennzoil.
Yeah, we're hanging out with a guy who has a kegerator in his house, in his dining room.
Yeah,
right
he's got a refrigerator with the kids' drawings on it, and then he's got like a fucking keg next to it,
which I will say is awesome. You got the coolest family ever you have the coolest wife ever to let you have that right there.
As a matter of fact, the keg has like kids' drawings stapled on it.
Well, I feel like we have to do this in honor of the lost Leon.
There you go.
And you know what? Thanks to you, after we drink this, everything is going to be lost.
Yes, I know, right?
All right.
Sure.
What's
all
this
right.
to?
Let's get to Leon.
To Leon.
To the lost
there
show.
You go.
Ching.
Ka-ching.
Ka-ching.
Ooh. Hey, can you guys get me a straw so I can put this in my back?
Refreshing.
Woo.
Don't have to worry about having to cough tonight.
No, I don't cough.
Except trying to get home in your racist part of town. You been drinking, boy? Well,
No.
I did have one. Get out the car. Man, my feelings were hurt.
You have feelings? What are you talking about?
Man, I just said, hey, you guys, that was great what you did tonight. Yeah, but let me tell you what you fucking up on. I was like,
with the conversation?
Yeah, like,
I
man,
know. I was like,
what did I do?
Come on. He was drunk, I hope.
I know, yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry for the loss, though, because it was.
I know. That was probably like, and I brought all my comic books, Corey. Oh, my God. I was prepared, boy.
I know you were.
My one moment to shine about my dorkiness and my comic books that I love so much and lost forever. And
Man,
don't expect me to bring.
I joked about
don't
that
expect me to bring those comic books back ever again.
Leon and Cyrus, because I had cleaned out my attic sometime. I guess it was over the summer, and I found my one remaining box of comics that are all wrapped in plastic, and I'm sure they're shit in there like the J.C. Penney's Marvel superheroes giveaway comic, and I've got it like wrapped in plastic with cardboard in it.
Nice. You're a collector, I see.
Yeah, look, he's trying to act like I'm no dork. I'm a man's man. I got a keg in my daughter's bedroom.
I know.
All right. So before we move on to any more email here, I'm going to go ahead, and we always have to stop in the middle for a little commercial break. Now we have to stop because we got to render this out, and we'll be back. Are we good? Your wife going to kick us out right now?
Oh, no, we're still good.
You mind if I drain out my coolant right here on the floor?
You take it outside, bro.
Okay. Just right here on the floor.
Keep those dogs back.
All right, we're back. Oil emptied all over the floor and everything.
Yes.
Sean already slipped on it. Hey, before we continue, I want to make a sort of an announcement here. I mentioned this earlier on the cold ones. Mm-hmm. So in London, people have heard that I'm coming there to visit a relative, and everybody's setting up a party, and they want to know, when do we want to do it? When am I coming? They just want to know about the group on the site that Nick Hodges has started. Renegade kicked all this off. So there's a site on there called Spill Party 2, European Boogaloo or something. I don't know.
European Vacation?
Yeah, exactly. So
I'm sorry. I just started thinking of was it Warren Zevon song? Werewolf in London, Black Man in London.
Black Man in London.
Exactly.
I saw Corey Colbert eating dinner with Lon Chaney. But so they started this group, and now they want to know, should we do it in January? Should we do it December 13th? You guys join the group if you want to. I just sent emails off to Renegade, Nick, Armid, and we'll figure it all out, and I'll be there. I think it'll be fun. Like I said, I'll be there anyway.
Yeah. And you did mention Amsterdam?
And I might go to Amsterdam. I'd rather.
How long are you going to be over there?
I'm probably going to be there for like about 5 days. It's going to be an extended weekend. I'm going to probably leave on a Thursday, get in on a Friday, visit my cousin, and come back on Tuesday. So,
gotcha.
So yeah, so I think it'll be fun. They already have the place picked out, someplace in Camden called Peachy Keen. So people over in London know what that is. I said, make sure they know. Yeah, no, like, make sure it's not a gay club. I had no problem partying with the gays, but but it's like,
we're gonna party at the Peachy Keen.
At the Peachy Keen.
Let's do our
bad
mate.
Accent. Yeah, no, really bad accent.
Just keep your eyes open at all times, Corey. They have a vicious gang. It's the hooligans.
Watch out for the hooligans.
The hooligans.
The hooligans are coming. The hooligans are coming.
You've got to watch out for them. They're dangerous, mate.
We're the hooligans.
See a bunch of people. I'm going to step off the plane dressed up like Malcolm McDowell and Clockwork Orange. Walking in some white tights, beating up an old man. When I see him. But, so yeah, that's the deal. So just let me know when you want me to show up, and I'll be there. Like I said, I'm going to see my relatives, so it doesn't matter to me. But I really am looking forward to hanging out with people in
There are
London.
black people in London?
Yeah, I will
There's
be.
There's going to be one.
Yeah, I'll be.
Like I said.
It's going to be parties there. It's going to be a big party at the airport, big celebration. First man in London.
Come on, man. Yeah,
20 years. No.
You know there's black people. Isn't Don Cheadle British?
I know. No,
Don
he's
Cheadle,
not.
He's not British. He had a British accent in, what do you call it? Ocean's 11.
11,
that's all
12,
special
13,
effects.
18.
That's all smoke and mirrors,
27, 46.
Yeah, I thought he was British.
Do y'all remember, I guess was it Back to the Future Part 2? It's Part 2 where he goes to the future. And he's standing in the theater, and this 3D shark comes out.
Yeah, the 3D
and it's
Jaws?
an ad for like Jaws 17.
Right.
There's going to be the next one they can do is Ocean's 28.
Yeah, there you go. I can be in it.
Yeah, there you go.
No, you can't.
Samuel Jackson, he's British, isn't he?
No.
I mean, I can never tell because he's yelling. Hey, oi, mate!
Oi, hello.
Hello.
No, he'll...
Top of the morning to you,
Motherfucker.
Governor.
I can listen to this all day.
I know. Okay. All right. So you got that going on there.
Yes.
We'll talk about it more. Any questions you got, we'll talk about it more. Now, here's a good email from Doug. Simple name, Doug.
Dougie Fresh.
Damn, these dogs are waiting to get in this house, man. You sure they're not racist, your dogs?
I peed on one of their heads because they were they're licking me all over.
His dogs are like zombies from Dawn of the Dead. Just beating on the window.
Run around in circles because they don't know what to do. They've been outside longer than they have in a long time.
Really? Where are we? Please let us in.
What is this fresh air shit?
That black man kicked us out of our home. What
is
the
this
hell?
stuff? Grass?
Him and his stupid robot.
Do your dogs ever do that thing when they wipe their ass on the carpet?
Fortunately not. That one of them did it one time, and I put the end of that
And
shit
you
real
beat the
quick.
shit
Butt scooting.
He had his ass sewed up.
You pulled out your Glock and you pointed to his head. You ever do that again?
If it was a movie, you see the dog scooting on the carpet, and then you see Sean come up with a stick, cut to the outside of the house.
Yeah.
Don't you ever.
You see the other dog going, roll, roll.
Looking at horror. Looking at the other dog in horror. I will never write my ass on the carpet.
I'll never make that mistake. Poor Charlie.
That dog got tears coming out of his eyes because dog wants to scratch his ass so bad, but he can't. Got tears coming out of his eyes. Oh, please.
Yeah. Are you all right, Charlie? Are you all right?
But okay. All right, so this is from Doug, and Doug says, I've noticed that many of the movie trilogies you've talked about end up screwing up the third movie really bad, when the first two have been really great. Are there any movies out there that have remained good throughout the trilogy? Or any third movie that has been better than the first two? Thanks, and that's from Doug. Yes.
I would say the answer to the question one is yes. Mm-hmm. The Lethal Weapon series maintained its entertainment value throughout the entire series.
Lethal Weapon 3, I gotta disagree, man. I didn't like that.
Lethal Weapon. You didn't like Lethal Weapon 3
No.
with the introduction
I
of.
hardly remember.
It's the one where they introduced
Joe Pesci?
No, that was
two.
the second one. What's her name? I just went blank.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly.
As a foil to Riggs.
Mm-hmm.
And Mel Gibson ended up marrying her.
Right, in 4. Oh, what
You
the
got
hell is
four
her
over
name?
here, man. You got
I've
the DVD
I've got all
right
three
here,
right there.
Oh man, what's her name? Renee Russo.
Yeah,
Yes.
there you go. There's
Yeah.
an actress that came and went. I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, I enjoyed all 4 of those. I think all 4 of them were great.
4?
Jet Li.
With Jet Li?
You
that
like
one
four?
was the worst. That one was
Man,
by far
yeah, I
the
gotta-
worst.
It was
piece
the
of
worst
shit.
of the series, but it was
Oh,
still
my
a good movie.
Are you?
Oh,
no,
man, you
you
crazy.
cannot say that, please.
How can you not sit down and watch the fighting in that and just not let go and enjoy
that fighting was like that fighting was almost like inserted. That was like another film.
That's
And-
Jet
and it
Li's
had
worst
nothing-
fighting.
And it was his worst fighting. Yeah, I'll give you that. Jesus, I wanted to kill myself after watching that film.
See, I enjoyed it.
I couldn't believe
the
what they
only thing
did.
I could have done without, and that is the whole everybody being pregnant shit.
I could have done without the whole movie.
Yeah.
I mean, the moment that they leapt over into that other parking lot and everything, I was just like, man.
Oh,
this-
dude, I love that the whole line, the gunfight in the bonded warehouse. You know Ebony Clark? Yeah, I know her. She writes those sleazy sex novels. You boinking her? No, I'm not boinking her. My wife is her. There you are,
He's got the
boinking
movie
her.
memorized. Look, he
Yeah.
loves
Oh
this
my
movie.
God,
Look at
that
him.
is scary.
He is so fucking happy. Look at him.
No, wasn't there a ridiculous scene where somebody was like surfing on a car door behind a semi? I mean, wasn't there like
It was a
crazy-
table. It was a
table.
It was a table
Oh
that
my
had gotten
God.
flipped upside
See,
down, and there was
oh.
plastic hanging off the back of the
That
truck.
movie just went
Oh,
insane.
Jesus.
Man, you got two people here calling you crazy. I got a computer calling you crazy.
Yes.
Now he knows. All right, he's a computer.
He has no
Yes.
taste.
I got plenty.
He
of
still
taste.
hangs out with you, Corey.
I got
Oh,
all
man,
kinds
well,
of taste.
I'm not.
Hey,
I'm thinking
look.
about not hanging out with you anymore at this Lethal Weapon 4-logy you have over here.
All right. Let me ask you this:
All right.
Indiana Jones maintained through all 3.
You know what? Actually, I will say the third one. Well,
The
I
third
can't-
was not better than the
It's
first.
not better than the
You
first,
can't
no.
be better than the
It's
first.
better
It
than
was
the
a
second one.
great film, though. The Last Crusade,
it's great.
Sean Connery.
No,
was-
Last
I
Crusade
love
is a
it,
good
yeah.
one. Now that's a series that has maintained.
Yeah.
That is one. Okay, we got. We all agree on Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Now we all mentioned the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Lord of the Rings.
By all means,
Brilliant
that one is
all the way through.
Yeah, that is one story being told. It was
He
great.
taught how to film a trilogy.
Yeah.
You do it all at once, and you edit, and you finish things individually, but you get the bulk of it at once.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way to maintain
A
continuity.
masterpiece.
Yeah.
that is.
I
Yeah,
will
that
say
goes
that.
without saying.
Yes.
And you wanted to bring up one that we can
Yeah,
argue
we
this.
kind of But the thing is, I just brought it up because I thought it would be somewhat of a decent answer as far as the Sergio Leone Western trilogy with Clint Eastwood, which was
Like the good, the bad, and the ugly,
and the ugly, which is
ugly. I actually said ugly. The good, the bad, and ugly. It's a
yeah.
great movie. I love that movie.
yeah. And as far as like out of those 3 films, that one is
It
it seems a lot more popular in the series, even though it's not one of my favorite. The second film is actually my favorite. For a few dollars
For
more.
a few dollars more?
Yeah. Huh? And the first one was a
Fistful of dollars.
Fistful of
Yeah.
dollars,
Yeah,
few dollars more. Yeah.
So the second one was my favorite, though. So
I have to admit, as overplayed and as
It's the epitome of spaghetti western.
Yeah, it is as cliched as it has become. I really love The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I can watch that movie over and over again. I have the soundtrack. Absolutely. That soundtrack gets me through the days sometimes.
It's a kick-ass. And I love all those films, but just the second one for me, that's my favorite. And
yeah.
I guess it's because The Good and the Bad and the Ugly is praised so much, and you see it all the time on TV, practically. If they're playing Western, good chances you'll stumble across it. But
same composer did a really great soundtrack for Once Upon a Time in the West.
Oh, no, I love that soundtrack.
Yeah.
The harmonica.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kicks ass. Yeah.
You know, there's another series that nobody ever talks about, and you know, I should let my wife sit in on this, but I won't. But no, she's a big fan of all the Superman movies. The Christopher Reeves.
Hey, Superman 3 by no means. Yes. If your wife wants to come in and get mad, she can kick us out, but I got to fight on that.
Yeah. I don't remember which one was
Richard
3.
Pryor.
That's the third
3,
one.
yeah.
Okay.
Richard Pryor.
And then after that, you got Superman 4, where like he fights Nuclear Man,
and that was distributed through Canon Films.
Yeah, exactly.
Same people who brought you American Ninja
and Jim Cotta.
Jim Cotta, baby. The conveniently placed rock that looks like a pommel horse,
and of course, quality Chuck Norris films.
Are you calling your wife in here or something?
No, I'm looking at my collection.
He's got Jim Cotta like in first place next to Lethal Weapon 4. No. Do you have Superman 4 over there? That's a terrible movie.
She's got the box set in all 4.
They actually put that in a box set?
It's VHS.
Oh, no, they have they have a DVD. I got it. The DVD box set with all of the Christopher Reeve films, including Superman Returns, which I had to get it. Only because it has the...
there she is. she got like a brush in her hand. She's about to knock me over the head. You love Superman 3? Oh my goodness! You two were made for each other.
But the thing is, though, is that when you're younger, the Superman 3. I mean, I guess because it had Richard Pryor, I remember that movie was a big deal. But you look at it now, and it's terrible. I mean, it's
Rambo.
Rambo
series.
The third, yeah. You know what?
The third, he fights in Afghanistan.
The third one I saw recently. It has a kick-ass
and
intro.
the fourth one was fucking spectacular.
It has a kick-ass intro, but the thing is...
the one that we saw.
Yeah.
It's not, but the third one isn't nearly as... It's nowhere near as action-packed as, obviously, the second one, even the first one.
I would say it's got more action in the third one. But it's,
the third one.
Third one's in the Afghanistan.
Right.
You know, he's in it's constant fight. It's not as much as the fourth one.
Not as much, no.
But the first one was much more of a bloody drama. Mm-hmm. You know,
it was just a great film.
It was a brilliant film.
Yeah.
But it became the action film after that.
Right.
I will have to say that Beverly Hills Cop 3 is probably the best of the series out of all of those. Yeah.
What?
Are you serious?
Wonder
Are you
World?
being serious?
Yeah, you didn't think
Beverly
so?
Hills.
They made it
out of the three.
They made it PG-13. All the
You're joking,
the people could enjoy it. I mean, of course I'm joking.
Yeah, I was about to say, what the hell?
Don't you run in here? Your wife's coming even to come beat me up. You like Superman 3? Don't look at me like that.
Don't give him any more shots.
I was sitting there saying, okay, it's the only thing on. I'll flip it on. But the best of the three.
Yeah. And you know what's sad is that Superman 3 is directed by the director who took over Superman 2, which a good portion of Superman 2 is directed by Richard Donner. Mm-hmm. They fired him halfway through. And I guess the producer, Richard Lester, took over. And eventually, it's funny because when you watch the director's cut of the Richard Donner Superman 2, they take a good part of the comedy that was in Superman 2. And you can tell there's a big difference. I don't know. Have you seen Superman 2, Sean's wife? And have you seen the director's cut? Oh, you should do yourself a favor to see that. But anyway, yeah, Richard, you could tell like all the cheesy parts of Superman 2. Obviously, if he would have had that whole film, Superman 2, I don't think it would be nowhere near as memorable as it is now. Just because when you watch Superman 3, it's like every joke. The movie starts out as one big montage of jokes. I mean, it's ridiculous.
They even have a scene where like the traffic signs are fighting each other, like the lights
the
and
people. You see the red and the green guy.
It's a comedy.
You see them climb into the next. Yeah, I don't even know how to describe that scene, but they're
come sit down with us. We'll educate you. You will never see Superman 3 the same way again.
No.
We will ruin this for you. For
but
good reason.
I will say the best part of Superman 3 is when Superman turns evil when he becomes a drunk. That is
Superman. You're just in a slump.
Yeah. That is the best part. When he comes out, he steps out of the bar,
kid.
when he steps out of the bar, he's like, "What you looking at? Huh? Huh? What you looking at?"
So it would have been cool, like he had set the kid on fire with his laser eyes.
That was kick-ass. I love that.
You know, maintaining, you could make an argument that Austin Powers maintained, because they were never great films. None of them were just great
See,
films.
I didn't like the third one either. I thought the third one was bad. You know what? I always mention this, but I can say the third movie was better than the first two to come before that. This isn't really a trilogy, but Prisoner of Azkaban was actually better than the first two. But it's technically it's not a trilogy.
I agree with that. Yeah,
but I mean, you're coming off of essentially two kids' movies,
right.
and just boom, matured just like that. And
well,
everybody was amazed.
Like the books.
You are right.
You're talking to somebody whose whole family has read all the books.
Okay, so
and it's I always get into this argument with grown-ups that like think they read like a few chapters of the first book, and it's like, well, it seems kind of like a kid's book. And I said it starts that way, but then it gets into some dark shit.
And it seems like I've never read any of the books because the movies have been coming out so fast, but it seems like they've kept kind of close as they can.
They've had to leave a lot out because the books are so long. They leave out more than I would prefer they leave out, and I think my wife probably agrees with that. But I don't know that there's any way to include them unless they want to turn every book into 2 movies.
Yeah, and they're saying they're going to do that. With
they've already agreed to do that for the last one.
Yeah, and that I think that would be cool. I mean, I heard that last one is such a massive story, and they don't want to leave anything left to chance with that. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, technically not a trilogy, but if you want to just say the third movie.
The third movie sucked me into that whole Harry Potter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't. The first two, I felt like I was watching kids' movies. I'm like, I just don't get it. These films aren't meant for me.
Third movie is that's when you first see the Dementors, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And that movie was actually kind of scary, man. So, all right, I'm gonna throw an easy one out there because we haven't asked you any of these Batman questions.
Okay,
Sean, camera phone call.
No, don't get involved in porn. Oh wait, we did that last time. Yeah.
I know from experience. Some videos floating around of you and your husband there, Sean's wife.
What have I just stepped into? That's
I know, yeah. She's
right
like,
now.
oh, hell, y'all need to go.
This is not the show I was waiting for.
Can I have some more spaghetti, please?
Yeah, a little arsenic to go
yeah,
with
she
it.
spits in my food. Yeah, here you go. Still good. But, okay, so this one comes from Crazy Nika. 26.
Nika?
Crazy Nika.
No,
don't you even pull that shit on me, man. You heard me.
Yeah,
What you trying to say there, Corey?
I was like, what?
Man, just keep your dogs at the house, all right?
One crazy Nika.
Nika, please.
Hey, my dogs are sitting right there by the.
I know,
they're sitting right up there. Let me in.
One false move,
Taste some
motherfucker.
of that dark meat.
Yeah, I know. Go on and pick it up. Steal that shit. I'll be after your ass. All right. This comes from Nika, Crazy Nika 26, and he or she says, if they made another Batman movie, do you think they should come out with Robin, and who do you think should be the next villain? Maybe the Riddler? And also, well, I won't get into this till afterwards. But we've gone over this over and over again. What do you think?
I think that to be true to the Batman story, at some point Robin has to be introduced.
You think? Well,
and if you're going to reintroduce the series, which is exactly what they've done with the last 2 Dark Knight films, they're going to have to at some point bring him in. But the problem is
in that world though, how do they do it? I mean, keep in mind, in the world they set up with this movie, you cannot have Batman run around with some little trapeze artist. He's going to look like he belongs, like in the Nambla or something, run around with little boys. So, I mean, think about it. First of all, they can't have this kid be in tights. It's going to be weird enough if he's a kid.
Well, they're going to have to. They're going to have to figure something out. I mean, the new Batman costume is much more badass than the original Batman costume ever was.
Yeah.
So they'd have to apply that same level of badassness to the Robin costume. But I think that if they're going to maintain the loyalty, that they have, I would think that at some point they have to bring in the Robin.
Christian Bale said that he actually would not like to see a Robin in these movies. And
that's because he has to share his time.
Oh, come on. He just gave his time to Heath Ledger. And, that's the ultimate.
Yeah.
Can't no Robin, overshadow.
But I think the
that
director
joke.
also said there's no...
Speaking of which, did y'all hear
this?
this rumor that if they ever did bring Joker back, that they were thinking Daniel Day-Lewis?
No.
What?
Yeah.
Are you sure you didn't read that on? Are you sure one of these kids on the site?
You're just making up some shit.
And it may have been a discussion I was having with some critics or something too. But
Clint Eastwood's going to be Batman.
Well, no, but I think about that. Daniel Day-Lewis is the only actor with any possible. I mean, if you look at like what was it? The oil film.
You're talking about
Blood.
There Will Be Blood.
There Will Be Blood. You know, he has, or with Butcher Bill. He has the capability of playing that sadistic bastard.
Yeah, but you got to think, though, he'd be introducing everyone to a whole new Joker. I mean, it's going to be a completely different Joker. It's not going to be consistent with Heath Ledger by any means. It might as well just be another Batman film with a different Batman as well.
I want to make a suggestion for people. And some people are going to think I'm crazy, but if you look at, as far as actors who resemble each other, Heath Ledger, when he's smiling a certain way, looks very similar to Joseph Gordon-Levitt, the guy that's from Third Rock from the Sun. Now, he's been in movies like Brick. He was recently in Miracle at St. Anna, or in St. Anna, whatever. But there are certain times when they smile that they kind of look like each other, and they have the same texture of hair. And I think that if you want to bring the Joker in, that kid is a really good actor too. I think that he could probably pull that off. Now, I'm just throwing that out there. Some people just think about it. Just look up some pictures of those two and think about it. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I don't know. I guess we can.
I mean, we can sit up here and
we
make
can think
Jokers
about this,
up all day.
But I know Christopher Nolan said there's no way they are ever going to replace Heath Ledger. Oh well, the Joker. They're not going to do that at all. They're not going to touch that. Okay. He has stated he is not going to touch that. That's why, I don't know if you read recently, he came out and he was like, well, if we do another Batman film, the script better be incredible. I mean, we better come up with a reason why we need to bring Batman back to the screen.
You know, we were having that discussion earlier. That brings up a good point, how there just hasn't been that much Oscar worthiness out there, it seems like, this year. Does that make it that much cleaner of a shot for Heath Ledger to posthumously get supporting actor?
And he should. Yeah. He definitely should. He earned it. I mean, regardless, if he's not around, but he deserves to be noticed for that, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure even his peers would be, they'd be fighting for him to be nominated.
See, the Oscars, they do some bullshit like, let's get Chris Rock to host the Academy Awards just to get young people in, or let's change our image by nominating Juno for Best Picture. All that's kind of been iffy. Now, if they really want to show that they're not biased, they want to bring in a hip audience, but really be legit about it, nominate Heath Ledger. And just say, fuck it, that he's been in a comic book movie. This is a performance that's really worthy of a performance. Of some accolades.
There's also, I think I was reading something about like a curse. Like if you die and you're nominated, you don't win. Like there were the only other like the only other person to posthumously be up for an Academy Award didn't get it.
I think they had the ultimate curse when they died.
Well, yeah.
That part sucks.
Yeah, that's the part that sucks. Now, if you die to win, then maybe it's not a big deal.
The curse is you don't get to take the award home because you're dead.
But I thought I read something about that. There was at least the last person to be nominated and died before the Academy Awards didn't win. And so there's like, well, this doesn't usually work out well because...
See, I don't think you have. That's not a curse because you don't have anything to lose. It's like,
right, it's not a curse, but
there's some people who are still alive who like said, "I wish I wouldn't have got this award." I mean, ask what's her name? She was just in that movie, Hamlet 2. There's something that says that if you win Best Supporting Actress or Actor, Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah,
I'm sure some days Cuba Gooding Jr. looks like, I wish I could just throw this motherfucker away.
Shit back.
Yeah, there's people alive who have more to worry about than Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
What was the last good movie Cuba Gooding Jr. made?
Snow Dogs.
Men of Honor, maybe?
Pearl Harbor.
No, he was in.
Actually, I thought he was the only
gangster.
I thought he was the only decent part in Pearl Harbor, to be honest.
Yeah,
he was the only one who was really
brilliant
trying.
In Men of Honor.
Yeah, he was, but it wasn't that great of a movie.
Well, it was a biopic, basically.
He had a very small role, which I thought was okay in American Gangster. That was a good movie, not a great movie.
That was the Denzel one, where at some point,
yeah, I didn't love it or anything, but I thought that was all right. I mean,
but back to, did we answer the whole Robin?
So Robin. So I would think that at some point they may need to try and figure out a way to get it in. As it is, you know who I would love to see imagine with Christopher Nolan?
What?
Is Penguin.
I don't get that. I don't understand why everyone's really dying to see Penguin.
I want to see him do Penguin.
Well, who would you want to see?
Oh, that's a good question. ventriloquist.
That's the one I said.
That would be interesting, just because the guy, the character
is real.
I mean, he's fucked up. That would be an interesting character to see them try to do. I think it would be really creepy as well.
Yeah.
As far as
and see, that's the problem I have is that the one penguin we got was Danny DeVito, and God bless his soul, that was just horrible. I mean, that was absolutely horrific.
But you know what he did?
But I would love
his character did influence the animated series, obviously. The Batman animated.
But they changed it after they got
changed it.
Yeah, and I think there was some legalities, and they changed it back to the classic penguin.
That's right.
But man, I would love to see Scarface, who's the ventriloquist guy. I would love to see. And for those of you who don't know, it's a guy he's a ventriloquist. And he's controlled by his dummy. His dummy is actually the villain, but of course, it's a ventriloquist controlling him. But he's
a gangster,
mentally he's mentally ill. So he's a crime lord who's ill, and his dummy is running shit. And I thought that would be a great one to have. Riddler, I still don't. It just doesn't jump out to me. I don't know why.
I don't know. Frank Gorshin has always kind of, I'll never be able to get,
right. But see, you get all that with Jim Carrey. I mean, it just seems like a silly character to throw in that world.
Yeah,
right.
I think Scarface would be the one. If they really wrote a script around that character, I think it would write itself. But if they want to do Robin, let's just say the studio says, Sean, you know what? You co-hosting Corey. We're going to just give you guys $1 million right now, and I want you guys to write the next Batman. But the stipulation is it has to have Robin in it.
Yeesh.
I would say that Robin could be a kid that he probably adopted, but don't have him swinging all over the city with green tights on and shit. It's a kid that he says, okay, this is a dangerous thing for me to do, but you can go to parts of the city where you can be my eyes and ears, and maybe I'll put you in a protective armor or something. And, I mean, I don't know. Even that sounds crazy.
It'd be tricky. I know.
Okay, we give you $1 million back. We can't do it.
Now, I wouldn't mind.
We go over to Mexico and spend $1 million bucks.
I'm ruining that franchise for $1 million.
I wouldn't mind if, let's say if they make Christopher Nolan makes another Batman, if they kind of tease at the tail end of Batman 3, just knowing that that's going to be the last Batman as far as the Christopher Nolan universe, if they tease a bit, like,
is that it?
If they tease a bit as to where, well, it was a planned trilogy, so he said we're only going to do 3. That's all they want to do, but basically, if they teased the circus going to Gotham, like at the tail end, or at least you see a shot of the Flying Graysons, a bus going by. I mean, if they just tease it to let you know that this is where the movies stop, but the Batman universe continues on.
For somebody else to fuck up.
Yeah, just to hint at, just exactly. To say, just so they can go, well, there's the best. Maybe you see a shot of Dick Grayson with his family, just a little cameo.
Yeah.
Nothing big at all, but just to let people know that Robin is in that universe. But at least
a bus
you're not
driving out of town, the circus is leaving, and it's a young Dick Grayson. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, he's a kid, and if they like just tease that, just as like a little teaser for the fans, but then they just leave it alone. It's like, okay, well, at least Dick Grayson is in this universe, and that will leave you to dream up any kinds of crazy stories you got in your head.
I'm looking at Sean. He's up here like a cat. He's like trying to grab a moth going by.
Yeah.
And he's just
damn black people let moths in my house.
Yeah, it came out of my pocket. Flew out of my ass.
It flew out of my head.
You don't know that black people shit moths, do you?
If you douche more often, that shit wouldn't happen.
Oh, man,
I keep telling him that, and he doesn't listen to me.
What did I do to deserve this?
Well, last time I picked on co-host pretty heavily, so he asked me, "Hey man, can you go easy on me and let's get Corey
I slipped him
instead."
a 20.
Yeah.
You're 20 actually, Corey.
Yeah,
You took it from my pocket,
right out of your pocket, and put it in mine.
Lay off me, buddy.
See, it's the silver people you have to look out for, not the blacks.
Exactly.
I don't know, man. It's a hard thing to do. Yeah. And look, let's just hope that Christopher Nolan does come back for another one, because Warner Brothers, they're pretty insistent on saying, we're going to do this shit no matter what.
Well, I tell you what, I know the cast, they've all said, if Christopher Nolan, if he is not involved, we are not involved. Christian Bale has said that. He said that for the first movie and the second film, that if Christopher Nolan is not involved, I am not involved. And I'm sure that goes for the rest of the cast as well.
And then when Warner Brothers pulls out a $150 million check and says, well, are you sure about that? They go, oh, maybe not.
Okay. Did I say I wasn't going to do another one?
Nah.
I was drunk at the time.
Just call me Alec Baldwin. I am going to leave the country.
Oh, all right. I'm going over. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm looking at other email right now, but I tell you, if anybody could rewrite it to probably make it make sense, it would probably be Christopher Nolan. I would just say I would love to see what he would do. We're sitting up here talking like it's going to happen. Yeah. We they're going to go off and make some other shit.
Yeah, him and his brother wrote the Dark Knight. So that guy, every bit of dialogue in that film just sticks out to me. I mean, I have a good portion of that dialogue memorized. I thought it was so great.
It was a brilliant film.
Which actually is making me kind of excited about the next Terminator film because Christopher Nolan's brother wrote the script of that. So
really,
yeah.
Where's the story pick up? Do you know?
So it's supposed to pick up before the initial war. I think it's leading up.
What is this?
Terminator, the new Terminator film. So it's where it predates the Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator.
It's almost like a prequel of some sort or something.
In a way, yeah.
But they even like saying even we're not trying to be completely consistent with the universe that James Cameron set up, which kind of worries me. I don't know about.
But I don't think that was all that consistent. To be honest,
no. When you're dealing with time travel, no.
Yeah,
exactly. See, with time travel, you can do anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, if they want to bring Robin in, that's what they do. They go back and have go back in time. Have
Bruce Wayne gets caught in a time warp, and,
and
Dick Grayson pulls him out of it. In the past,
and takes him to crazy land.
You know what's funny though is that they never. I mean, they always show Commissioner Gordon with his family, but not not at any moment do you ever see Barbara Gordon. Really?
Yes.
Knowing that
she becomes.
You saw a little girl.
You see her hair. You see a little girl in her hair, like the back of her head. Towards the end of the film, but you never see her face, which is kind of weird. And yeah, obviously,
she got a bat face.
For a lot of people, a lot of people don't know. Jim Gordon's daughter eventually
Barbara
becomes Batgirl.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they never showed that kid in the movie.
Never teased. Yeah, they never teased at that. So
maybe that's a really ugly kid. That's what they want to show her.
I hope.
That's why she got to put on a mask and be Batgirl because she's too ugly.
Well, hey, she's an ugly kid in The Dark Knight. So hey, she's kick ass in my book. So.
All right. We have an email here from MDS. I think you had that disease once, didn't you, Sean?
Yeah.
It hurts when you pee.
Shot of penicillin, clear it right
exactly.
up.
Is that a disease of the scrotum?
How would you know about that, co-host?
I'm a robot. So,
I like that answer. How do you know about that? I'm a robot. Like that's supposed to be answer everything.
Yes.
I'm a robot.
Google that. MDS.
You have it now.
All right.
I can help you out with that.
Disease of the scrotum. Do not scratch.
That's what his dog had when he was wiping his ass on the carpet. His dog had MDS of the ass. All right. So he says, he's mad. He's look.
Uh-oh.
Damn, dude. That's what he says. Damn, dude.
Fuck you, too.
That's his question. Damn, dude. He says, damn, dude, do we really need a remake of The Last Dragon? No, we don't. But they're making it. Do we need a remake of The Last Dragon?
That's right.
Yeah, with Samuel Jackson.
As the Shogun of Old.
Yes.
Why would he do that?
Julius Carey or Julie?
Because he got a fat paycheck for it.
He said it's like one of his favorite movies, and he would be honored
to
play that character.
Do you remember the other song? You got that glow.
Yeah.
You feel the light. Yeah, exactly.
Who is the master?
Sure enough. Kiss my Converse. So I love it. Like his whole body, like he had activated, like Earl activated all over his body. He started glowing and shit. Nobody remembers. Everybody remembers showing up, but nobody remembers like the
Bruce
other
Leroy?
guy.
Bruce Leroy.
Yeah. Who was that actor?
Leroy. Who is this
you know what?
Yeah, I don't
was
know.
his name Julius Carey or something like that? The guy who plays Shonuff. But
the actor.
Yeah, the actor. You know what his best performance in his life was?
What? Don't say it.
You know where I'm going,
Are
co-host?
you going to say Briscoe County Jr.?
Lord Bowler, baby.
Wow. I only saw 2 episodes.
I've got the box set. I'll let you. It's fun.
Is it?
It really?
Because I love Bruce Campbell and that guy together. Yeah. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I was stealing cable at the time. They cut off my cable, so I couldn't watch it.
Yeah, it ended up. Next time I see you, I'll let you borrow it because it's
all right. Yeah,
I've got it loaned out right now, but it's hilarious.
Yeah. But no, you are right. They do not need to make a remake of The Last Dragon. To be honest,
they don't need a look. It's the question is, do they need a remake of anything? Yes, sometimes there are movies that are bad, and they say. I was talking to somebody about this the other day. Little Shop of Horrors. Not only did they remake it, but they remade it in a whole different way. It was a musical. Mm-hmm. They were able to bring in the special effects because, look, Little Shop of Horrors was cheap.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I mean, it's a cult classic, but was it good? No, not really.
Yeah, I've heard they're remaking the Rocky Horror Picture Show too.
See, that confuses me. How can you do that?
I'm just kidding. I
I heard.
What?
Did you hear that they're actually
I
doing
want to say,
that?
yeah, they are actually.
Oh
are.
my
It's funny you said
God.
that. You
Yeah.
know what? I'm going to say right now. They're going to remake Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo. And they are. Next week.
Jean-Claude Van Damme's breakout role.
I know somebody in a big studio is listening to this goddamn show. And they're like, that's a great
Breakin'
idea.
2.
We won't even do Breakin' 1. Breakin' 2 is so much better. We'll do that.
There's a you can find it online, but there's a motion GIF file. He is in there as a breakdancer.
Jean-Claude Van Damme?
It was in one of those two movies. Yeah, it was
Breakin'?
either Breakin' or Breakin' 2.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he's like a street dancing scene, and he's in it, getting all funky and shit.
See, that's why we have you here. Look at that. You know some shit.
Random
Busting
shit.
out that knowledge.
Completely random shit.
My
Yeah,
God.
your science is too tight, Sean.
Wow. I'm surprised they're not. They're going to end up doing a movie for Crush Groove, Beat Street. I mean, all those classics.
Rapping.
Rapping.
They're going to do a Jim Carter remake.
Oh, my God. You know what they should do a remake of?
What?
Garbage Pail Kids, the movie.
But Garbage Pail Kids, are they still collecting those?
Actually, you know what? They did come out
They
not
came
too long
back
ago.
out a
I don't
couple
know.
of years ago. I think they're gone again. They did come back out.
See, if that was popular, I would say, yeah, maybe so. Look,
Well, the thing is, it's not popular. That movie, I don't think. I don't even know if it really has
It wasn't even remotely
cult,
popular.
yeah, I don't even know if it has a cult status as far as the film goes. But it would be interesting to see somebody.
No, I'm talking
trying
about
to
the
do
Garbage Pail Kids themselves, like the trading cards. If they were actually,
Oh no, the cards. The cards were insane. I mean,
did you say wrap it up? Did they? Oh, okay. I thought he was going to be like, get the fuck out of my house.
Wrap it
no,
up.
yeah, I
Wrap
thought
it
he was
up,
like, get out of here. No, actually, we got probably one more email and then we're going to get to. But when I say get to, we're going to get the hell out of here. But it's getting dark in this neighborhood. No, but look, yeah, okay. I will give them a little bit of leverage with The Last Dragon. It's such a classic. It's known for being a staple of its time.
Yes.
That kind of movie is hard to remake.
Are you kidding me? Yeah.
But go ahead and try it. I mean, everything about it said 80s, and that's what made it work.
But Samuel L. Jackson.
Well, who's going to play Bruce Leroy?
Me? No, I don't know.
Cuba Gooding Jr. Bruce Leroy.
Christian Bale is going to be the
Yeah,
he's gonna
right.
be Bruce Leroy. But I would say, yeah, that's going to be a hard one to do. But sure, let's try it. Go ahead. Now, if we are right and they are making a Rocky Horror Picture Show, that's going to be extremely hard because that movie relies on the music, and you're not going to be able to repeat that. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say no right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to say no,
I
just
guess
like
they
Willy
think they
Wonka
may
and the
make
Chocolate
money on
Factory.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, no.
But the draw to Rocky Horror Picture Show has never been the film.
Exactly.
It's
Oh,
been
no,
the
not at
audience
all.
participation.
Yes. Yeah.
So, God, that would fall flat on its face.
Yeah, no, that
And you know
just
what? Let
not
it.
work.
Teach those damn studios a lesson. Don't go see it.
Yeah, just trying to. I mean, it gets to a point where you're just like being lazy, man. You're just picking shit out
Oh,
of
they're
your
pulling
ass.
shit out of a hat. Yeah.
Yeah. So, oh my God, let's see. We're gonna do
One more last
more
one?
email here.
One more last one, then we'll do
The
one
last
more.
hoorah.
All right.
Better
There's a
be
lot.
good, Corey. Oh boy.
People, I'm looking. I told you, I wasn't prepared when I came in here. Oh. Damn, see, I had to pick a long one. I can't.
Yeah, good picking, Corey.
Blah, 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 blah. Corey, will you have
I think
my-
I need to help you out next
Corey,
week
will
with
you
these.
give me children? Blah,
I'll,
blah,
I'll
blah,
look
blah.
as well. I never look at these emails, but I'll throw some your way as far as good emails. Now that doesn't mean send emails to my page because I will not look at them. I will look at them in the appropriate section because I'm busy.
What the hell?
Oh no, that sounds like you need to skip it.
No, you don't want
That
to
sounds
get
like
into
you
porn.
need to skip it, Corey.
Okay, it's hard to do this over.
Then don't do it.
No, look, I'm not going to do it, but I'm telling people, I'm not going to say who sent this email, but let me just give people a suggestion here. It is hard to read an email over the air that says, "What do you think of my list?" It's just
That means don't read it, Corey.
and you say if you send it to me and say, "Hey, Corey, this is a personal email to you. What do you think of this?" But if you say, "Here's a question for, let's do this. What do you think about this list?" I'm like, look, come on.
we don't.
No,
we don't.
you
think
know
about
what?
it.
I actually, we were doing a screening. It was a screening at the Arbor that you didn't show up for. Oh, it was Religulous.
Oh yeah, I wasn't there for that.
But I was reading through this internet forum that I go to quite a bit. The other one that I go to besides Spill, and they did their worst movie of all time nominations. And I just read through that, and I thought, God, if I was sitting reading this to the Spill guys and recording, this would just hilarity would ensue.
I'd pee on your head. What?
Yeah.
What?
You don't read me no list.
Well, like one person throws up their Fifth Element. And it's like, how can you throw Fifth Element up there? There's so much worse.
Oh, yeah.
You know, people, somebody went up there and, what was the film? There was one that I just kind of slapped my forehead and said, okay, that person doesn't deserve to breathe.
Oh.
What was it?
Okay, I have one here. Okay. I mean, this is not the greatest question in the world, but it's simple. I mean, we could probably answer it simply and go on to the next one.
Let's do it.
All right.
No.
Next. Okay, it says. Oh, they bring up Saw. They say Saw had this twist ending, and the first one, and we thought that ending was kind of lame. But they said the question for us that says
this question is boring.
You're boring. Your question is boring. I don't like you. Has there ever been a movie with a twist ending that just blew you away? One that you just did not see coming? And this is from Brad Holt. I answered that quickly. Yeah, a lot of people will say that they saw the Sixth Sense coming. This would be a way for me to be honest. I did not see that coming. And that
some
blew me away.
shithead ruined that when I was getting ready to go check
Leon?
it out. No. A guy who worked at the movie theater, he was outside and he was like, can you believe that twist ending? Wasn't that crazy? And I'm like, okay, I didn't know there was a twist ending. But
so now you're looking for it.
Yeah, I could not help but look for it. And then as soon as I'm like, okay, I think this is it. And then when I saw it, it was the ending I assumed, and I was like, eh.
The usual
and everyone else was
usual
blown away.
suspects.
That one got me.
The biggest one for me, Unbreakable. I had no clue that Unbreakable was going to be a superhero origin.
Oh yeah,
that one just floored me. I was like, even the people in there are a lot of old people in there for some reason. The old people were hoping they'd get another Sixth Sense, I guess, and they all walked out. They were so mad. They're like,
"Ain't that funny?"
I sat through all that film just to be told it's a superhero movie.
I love that.
What the fuck?
Okay, completely random tangent. Has there ever been a film that threw something at you that you just didn't see coming? It wasn't the ending, but just something just out of the blue. And I'll give you my example.
Can I take a guess at what it is?
What?
Deep Blue shark scene.
Yeah, did we talk about this?
Yeah, we did.
You don't kill Sam Jackson. What the hell was that shit?
That's the classic one right there, where it's in the middle of the movie, nobody saw it coming.
Yeah.
I love twist endings though that piss people off. like all these people sit up there thinking like, what the fuck? A superhero?
Yeah.
A comic book movie?
I know that one just floored me. I was like, wow, is this what I think it is?
That's the biggest prank that M. Night Shyamalan has ever pulled.
Yeah.
He tricked people into seeing a comic book film.
That trailer. I mean, you know what? It'd be interesting to see the original trailer they had, because you would never ever get that from the original trailer that they showed.
No, not at
No.
all. I
Yeah.
picked it up thinking, some sort of cop film or something.
Yeah, some Twilight Zone type
Yeah.
film or something going on. Yeah, but
And it should have
no.
been about comic books.
I know, I'm like, what?
Funny books.
And I was like, fuck yeah.
No, it was the last great movie that M. Night did.
That's true.
All the nerds are laughing at the old people walking.
I know. I was like,
We
I
won.
remember walking out. That was fucking kick ass. And the old lady.
We get our day for a change.
And that old lady, shut up, you stupid robot. I was hoping for more heartache and pain and ghost crying.
Yeah, they expect another ghost movie. Samuel Jackson wearing a purple suit at the end. I'm Mr. Glass.
It's the kids. It's the kids.
They call me Mr. Glass. I'm a super villain. Ha ha ha.
I know who I am.
They call me Mr. Glass because I shatter your hopes for a good movie.
Oh, boy.
No,
I almost cried during the scene where he was outside by himself. And his mom brings him that comic book. I'm like, oh,
read
man.
these.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
great.
supervillain.
Yeah, my fucking legs are fucked
Yes.
up. You want me to read some funny books? Okay, no wonder I'm a super villain right now. And he had that afro, that crazy afro.
I know.
See, he could be the Shogun. Look at that.
Yeah, that's true. We'll wait and see.
Sure enough.
So, and another one for me that I thought just blew me away was Fight Club. And it wasn't so much because, I mean, okay, people, if you don't know what it is, go cut it off, leave the room, fast forward. But at the end of the movie, when Ed Norton when you discover that Brad Pitt is his alter ego, and he's been doing all that shit through the whole movie, I was like, wow, that is cool.
Yeah.
But what really got me is that they actually blew those fucking buildings up. I was like, they let him get away with this in the film? I was like, wow.
Oh, I will say, since you're bringing up Fight Club, I will say, as far as David Fincher, no, Seven.
Oh, Seven.
that was
that was hardcore. That
was
made me
intense.
kind of like, I mean,
What's
in the box? And I was like, oh, what is in the box? And
Yeah.
And I don't even want to say it. But
That was kind of a twist.
That was fun.
Can you remember how nervous you were the whole time trying to find out what was in that fucking
I
box?
thought it was a bomb or something stupid like that.
Usually, if you're going to lose a family member or something like that, it happens early, and that's kind of your whole reason for going on whatever rampage or whatever you do. For that to happen at the end of the movie was pretty different. Yeah.
Just the way that it ended.
And the villain won.
Yeah.
Like, and no matter what, he killed the wife and the child, and he got what he wanted. He's like, kill me.
Exactly.
What's in the box?
Yeah, everybody loves that. Like, what's in the
hardcore.
box? What's in the box?
And I'm looking at Morgan Freeman. He's trying to just
So hard.
He's trying to out of
No,
chaos.
God damn it, no!
He's just trying so hard, and you just feel frustrated with him. You're like, what do you do?
Don't
You
do
just-
it, God
you let
damn
him
it!
do-
He's trying to stop Brad Pitt from shooting.
Oh my god!
And when he does, you can see
Spacey's-
Morgan Freeman like, fuck.
Kevin
Oh, wow.
Spacey's. That's one of my favorite roles.
Oh, yeah,
he's
that's
done.
one of his best roles.
Oh yeah.
Detective.
Yes.
Detective. So,
Took your wife's pretty head.
well, that was a good one. I mean, we got more mileage out of that than I thought.
Yeah,
So
there you go.
You can actually.
That was a good one.
That was a
What
good
else we
one.
got?
You want to see one more? Okay, I want one more.
One more.
Yeah, one more.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, all right, we'll go for one
Let's
more.
do it.
Keep in mind, I got to look it up.
Let's do this.
I like a nice quote. Like he sound like
That's Mortal Kombat.
Mortal
Kombat.
So like,
we should do that. We should steal that song. Let's do this.
we just play it in the middle of the show.
Don't get sued.
Hey, somebody out there, it's not that hard to make. Somebody out there, make us some Mortal Kombat music,
Yeah.
but make it to where it's like off beat. So
Wait,
like,
I know exactly who that is. I know exactly who that is. Mexicano. I don't know if you're still out there. If you're still alive, do something. With
Oh,
that.
Mexicano, he's still making art for us, man. Mexicano,
I
big
need to
shout
check
out
out.
to you.
I was gonna say hello to him today. I'm gonna do that tonight.
As a matter of fact, Mexicano.
him.
Oh, let's see.
Mexicano made it big in Hollywood. Is that what you're telling me? He's now editing films.
Is he a Mexican or a Mexicant?
He's a Mexican.
You know something? This isn't a question I'm going to answer. I'm just going to bring it up though. This is from Jonah. I'm sure we put a blog in there about it or something. Maybe I didn't see it. I've been so busy. I haven't been keeping up on it. But Jonah wants to know why we haven't reported anything on Jennifer Hudson's loss. Her nephew, and her sister. Yeah. I don't know why. We should talk about stuff like that. But
I guess
because
honestly,
still too fresh.
It's still too fresh, and you're honestly bringing down the show. Yeah, I mean, we're having such a good time, and we're gonna jump on something as serious and as painful.
Well, no,
as
he's
that.
wondering on the site, not
on the site.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's a good.
because he says, you brought up Morgan Freeman's car crash, but you can't bring up somebody who's losing their family members.
That's pretty hardcore. I mean,
That wouldn't.
I wouldn't even dare joking around with that. But
Yeah.
you know,
No, and we won't be joking. No, on the site we wouldn't be
so much
joking.
joking, but it's like, what else can we say that you haven't heard? I mean, it's the worst tragedy you can ever think of. You can ever imagine. I can't imagine being that family having to deal with that. I don't want to, but no, it's a shame. It sucks that we live in a world where that crap is happening, but it happens a lot. Just because it's Jennifer Hudson, that doesn't mean that it's not going on. I mean, there's crap like that.
Deep with this shit now.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you think about it. You think about those homeless kids getting killed. Nobody reports on that crap, but
I mean that's true. It's like
it's just a really high profile story, and
Right.
I mean, Christ, you hear about mothers microwaving their kids. I mean, shit
Well,
like
I
that
mean,
goes on a lot. I mean,
and no disrespect intended to the Hudson family,
No.
but it's like, if this happened to your neighbor in small town Texas, it wouldn't be on the front page anywhere.
yeah, that's true.
You'd be a sad side note on an Amber Alert.
Yeah, that's true.
Billboard.
Yeah, but it's
I mean,
terrible
it's
to
horrible.
happen. Yeah, it's terrible.
I mean,
to
no
happen.
family should ever have to go
No.
through that, but it's just the nature of the culture we live in today.
Yeah, no, people. That's what makes news, man. People want to hear about celebrities, no matter what. And unfortunately, when a celebrity has a tragedy, their news is probably going to take precedence over somebody who's just an average guy like us. So, sad as it may be, we don't make the news. So, I mean, we created it, we live it. So, oh man, I'm trying to find one more.
Trying to find a fun one. Trying to find something cool.
Oh, I'll find one. People, bear with me. Damn, them dogs are ready to eat my ass.
They are. I know. Professional.
Yeah.
Capital P.
Okay, let's see.
Let us see.
Next.
This is when I need to bring my keyboard. Yeah, play some
Intermission jam.
Okay,
some tunes.
here's one that you guys can answer.
I'm ready.
This is no, I don't want to talk about that one.
You son of a bitch.
Get our hopes up
Come
and then
on,
just
Corey.
drop
Dead
us.
air here. Dead air.
You're like a prom date that won't put out.
Oh my god.
People, I'm trying. I'm so sorry.
I'll talk with you, Sean. So,
Okay.
what's the last good movie you've seen, buddy?
Changeling wasn't bad.
Was it? I mean, I know I forget it's a Clint Eastwood film just because I just
Well, the first thing I see is it bordered on a great movie for me, but I felt that it went too long.
Uh-huh.
The only problem is I can't think of anything that you could cut from that story.
really.
See,
Yeah.
I went back and thought about that movie, and I'm thinking, something? It's not as great as I originally. Well, I didn't even think it was great when I walked out. I was like, it's good.
It's a good film that if you'd paid for, you wouldn't feel bad having paid for it to see it.
Okay, here's a good one right here, and this comes from Fab Film Fan.
Damn.
Fab Five Freddy. He says,
There you go.
Many films these days are based on books. As a reviewer, do you avoid reading the books before seeing the movies? Do you ever go back and read the books after you've seen the film? This is good. Are all those irrelevant? Do you find it hard to watch critique movies based on books you've already read? I'm very curious to hear your response. Okay, now this is a good question because you've heard me say over and over again,
I don't know how to read.
It turns into an after school special. And y'all start laughing at me. Corey can't read.
We've always heard, we've heard plenty of Corey trying to read the email. Imagine the novel.
No,
I don't like that part.
I've been wanting to read the Harry Potter books so bad, but those movies are coming out so quickly
you're right.
that I'm saying I just want to go watch the movies now.
I actually bought the book for the next film just to try to get on, jump on that.
Yeah.
Because I know I can go back and read the other one since I've already seen the movies, but at least I have some idea as far as what's going on right now.
Right.
So I can jump into that book, read it, and then I can,
I'll
kind
tell
of
you
compare
both.
it to the film.
As somebody who has read all of them and loved the hell out of the books, and also somebody who's loved the hell out of the movies, go back and read the whole series. You're still missing something. Like we were talking about before, they can't afford to make the movies directly like the books because there's just so much detail.
Yeah.
But you could go back even once the last film is out, and you would still get enough out of reading the series that you would enjoy it.
Yeah, and I really have yet to see a faithful translation of Penthouse to the screen. I just don't think they can get that right off. He almost spit his shit. No, you're right about that. Look, I think 9 times out of 10 that you're going to get a different experience with the book than you get with the movie because naturally with books, a lot of times you're able to go into thoughts, you're able to get deeper with relationships between people.
Two different mediums.
Yeah, and sometimes you have to take rich characters that were numerous in a book. You have to consolidate them for a film. So I would always encourage read. I mean, if you have a chance, go and read. There's only been one situation where I read a book that was, and I'm sure this happens all the time, but the one I remember the most for me is Forrest Gump the movie was such a good movie, and the book was bad.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I will tell you right now, if you enjoyed Charlie Wilson's War, get the book. The book goes into more detail. I walked out of that theater loving every moment of that film and wishing it was 3 hours long. I think we talked about this last time. That was one of the movies where I wished it would have just kept going. And if you didn't like the movie or you didn't like the book, get the fuck out of this country.
Damn,
communist.
He would personally chase you out the country. Sean will.
I have to tell you, I was a fan of the Anne Rice, only the first 3 books of the Vampire series, and I have to admit, I loved the original Interview with the Vampire, the first film. Not reading the books, but I went back, read the books, and that's just an awesome book. Now you can skip Queen of the Damned, I guess, which is a combination of the vampire
of Bull
Lestat
and
Queen
shit.
of the Damned. Yeah, but no, those books. I mean, as far as vampire books, those are still kind of my favorite vampire books as far as
and I've heard
and Red Dragon. I love when I saw Silence of the Lambs. I didn't read the book. I was like, I didn't know it was a 2-book series, and I found out that Red Dragon was the first book, and I read that book, and I read it like in the course of one night.
Really?
I was so into that book. That book is so great, and I kind of wish they would have done a better job with Red Dragon the movie, because Red Dragon the remake, that was basically almost a shot for shot of Manhunter.
Manhunter, yeah.
Which I like.
You thought Red Dragon the movie was almost shot for shot Manhunter?
No. I thought Red Dragon. Yeah, actually, yes. Mm-hmm, yeah, as far as the Michael Mann film, yeah, they even had the same cinematographer as.
Did they? Because
Manhunter. Yeah.
Manhunter it's such an '80s movie, and it
is. No, but you watch it. A lot of the shots, as far as the setup shots.
Oh yeah,
they all. I mean, even when they're in the lab trying to figure out what's written on the toilet paper. That's almost a shot for shot.
I just remember there was one shot that I remember distinctly from Manhunter is when they rolled that dude down in the wheelchair that's on fire.
Oh yeah,
and that old security guard was looking, and they did the same shot.
No, it's the same shot.
But it's such a different. And
Brett Ratner,
look to
I was like, man, this guy just ripping this movie.
I like Red Dragon more than I like Manhunter.
I liked it, but like I said, it's like they didn't really. I don't know. It would have been a better film if they had their own vision for it. I mean, because when I was watching it, all I can think is like, this looks exactly like an updated version of Manhunter. It's just like the same movie, with the exception of all the new scenes with Hannibal Lecter that they threw in there. It's not in the book.
You know what I think it comes down to?
What?
I think books and films entertain two completely different parts of the mind. You know, when you're reading a book, you're using your imagination.
Right.
When you're going to the movies, they're laying it out there for you.
You're seeing somebody else's vision.
Yeah, you're seeing somebody else's interpretation of the book. I think both can. I think the book and the movie can be completely different, and still both can be fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's some books that are just hard to translate too. I've seen some Stephen King stories that were great in books, but just didn't translate too well. Yeah. In fact, as a matter of fact,
very few did successfully.
I mean, at least it's horror books, because Shawshank Redemption was such a great story, and they managed to bring that to the screen. Of course, they changed a lot of things in that. And what else? 2 examples here. One is The Shining. Completely changed. I mean, there's a basic story structure that they took from the book, but for a long time I thought, like, man, this isn't like the book, and I was kind of upset. And then I really have more appreciation for Stanley Kubrick's The Shining now, because I think he made it more creepier than the novel, because I saw what they did with the direct translation that Stephen King wanted, that they ran as the TV movie.
Oh, yeah.
And you really realize how much of a fantasy, more than a horror book, sometimes that book is.
Right.
Stanley Kubrick made it a horror movie.
Right.
Yeah. It was creepy.
Yeah, when they had the hedges come to life, like in the book,
I was like, this is some fantasy shit right here. Yeah,
it's not working.
No, it is. It's not scary at all. And the TV movie is not scary. I'm sorry,
not at all.
But and then one of Stephen King's books, it's Cujo. Now Cujo, I thought it was an okay movie, but that book is so deep, man. Like, they made the dog
fuck out of
you. And they made the dog a character. I mean, the dog is like, you get the dog's point of view. The dog is like, in his mind, he's being attacked by bees, and he can't get him out of his head.
Yeah.
And it's the rabies driving him crazy. Now, that is something you just don't get in a movie. How can you translate that to a movie? It's a totally different experience, like you said.
Right. I mean, look at a movie like recently, I Am Legend. I kind of enjoyed the film. Completely fucking different than the book.
Yes, that's a good point. Yeah, because I love I Am Legend, the story.
The story was fucking brilliant. The movie was just okay.
Yeah. It's a whole nother beast. Yeah,
yeah.
I said it in the Leog. I don't know if I did say it in the Leog, but as far as a faithful adaptation of I Am Legend, I thought Vincent Price, Last Man on Earth, was about the closest you can.
You did
get
say
a faithful adaptation to that book.
Yeah, and it is. I mean, there's just something about a book that's more intimate, and you still don't get the sense of loneliness in that movie that you do in the book. Like he's giving you thoughts.
Mean, Will Smith basically did a Tom Hanks,
from Castaway.
Castaway.
Yeah,
but if you were to have seen that book seen that film and never knew there was a book, you'd have probably been okay. If you saw that film, knew there was a book, and they had named it something different, didn't use the same name, you'd probably look at it and go, they got a few things from that book. But you would never say that was an adaptation of the book.
Exactly, yeah. Well, that was a good question, man. That was a real good question.
Good question.
I'm going to send this person a nickel. All right,
bag, baby.
All right, your wife is standing over there with a rolling pin, wanting us to get out the house.
Oh, it's time to vamoose.
Get these motherfuckers out my house. So
time to get out and
why'd I turn your wife into Kermit the Frog? Get these motherfuckers out my house. You didn't know his wife was
Hey,
green, did you?
you'd have gotten your ass whipped if you'd gone with Miss Piggy.
No, she's not standing there. In fact, she's gone to bed. She's like, she tried to listen for a little bit, then she's like, these stupid fucks in here.
These guys get paid for this shit?
I know, it's bullshit.
Grown people talking about Superman.
Bagging on my Superman, I'll go to the other fucking
That's a
room.
grown-ass man.
I'll go watch Superman four times.
Meanwhile, yeah, she's watching Superman 3 right now. Anyway, she got a cape on and shit.
She loves Richard Pryor.
She got Superman pajamas on with footies, getting ready to go to bed. I got my clothes on for you, Sean.
Yeah,
my nightie on.
We're not gonna go into that.
Yeah,
Your
let's not.
Supergirl is here.
My couch is comfortable, but it ain't that comfortable.
Yeah, you
Anyway,
ain't sleeping
man.
in my room.
Thank you for allowing us to enter your humble abode here.
Yes.
Hey, man, it was a blast. I hope we can do it again.
Oh, well, you cook and we'll be back.
Yeah, you keep cooking and we'll talk.
Exactly. That's your fee.
All right. Up next, pot roast. No.
I'll take it. Yeah. You can, like he said, you can put on a Hungry Man dinner.
Guess I'll get used to that plug over there in the corner.
Pour me a bowl of cereal. I'll be here. All right. Hey, Sean, camera phone cop, it's been great.
Yes.
It's been a lot of fun.
Let me
Always a pleasure.
unplug my robot over here.
Yes.
And we'll
carry me to the car. Let's go home.
we'll talk to you next week, people. Good night.
Hey, drag him.
See you later, suckers.